Welcome to session 42 of the Sea of Souls, a live stream D&D campaign featuring a handful of us nerdy Canadian boys. Go Canada, eh? We are the Elder Brain. I am your DM, Craig, and of course with me, as always, are Mike, Ian, Jack, and Devin. And in this game, I get to cause fantasy world stress that carries over into the real world. So, hey, awesome. Lots of fun.
Just add it to the pile.
Add it to the pile. In addition to this stream, if you haven't found out yet, if you haven't checked this out yet, we are also making content. Our fully 5e compatible magazine Brainstorm is available on our Patreon. The first issue of which is free. It's got magic items, rollable tables. It's got new art. It's got stat blocks. It's got an encounter full of goblins. It's a lot of fun. It's got Gun Dead. It's an undead that has guns. So I mean, it's free. Check it out at our Patreon. Of course, you can find the links to all of our socials, including our Patreon, at our link tree. Patreon is the best way for you to support us. We would love to have your support, and then we can keep making more content, including the stream, and throwing out all kinds of extra content coming your way as well. We're going to be putting out some issues throughout the year. We've already got the juices flowing, the brainstorms storming for some ideas down the road that I think are going to be lots of fun. So you definitely want to get in on that. And of course, join our Discord so that you can be a part of our community and get access to those things as well, and just hang out and chat. One quick announcement. I think it's the only one I have for this week. So coming in July, we're going to be going on a bit of a campaign hiatus. We will still be doing some content here and there each week, but we've got holiday, a few people kind of going away here and there, various weeks off. So the campaign, the game, will take a bit of a break into the summer. After next week, and then we'll have some extra content going through that. I know we might have an art stream one of those weeks. I might do another map stream, maybe do some more quiet year or other stuff. We've got extra things. We've got stuff in the pocket that we can throw out. So stay tuned for the summertime fun coming. It's going to be different stuff. And we want to keep throwing content at you. So we're not going to take a full break. We still will be putting stuff out there, just not this game. And I think that is all that I have. We're keeping it short and sweet tonight because we have action to get to. So without further ado, let's weigh anchor.
Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho the sea of souls. Way ho the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
Last episode, the group decided to dig into a salvage op, one that had been sort of in the pocket as waiting after that you guys went into your search for Tonshu in the underground temple, finding her coming back to the ship, meeting up with Kamari and the other escapees, refugees from the Ivory Spire. You decided that getting a little bit of coin in your pocket would help towards what was coming up next. And so digging into the salvage op, you found a number of interesting things that we will get into a little bit later. One of the things of curiosity and of note in the area that you began salvaging in was a rather large nest. And by rather large, we mean monstrous nest, within which there was a wounded griffin and a griffin-ware barbarian, and holding up rather large feathers as well. And you had all noted that the only creature that could really create a nest of this size would have to be a rock, a legendary gargantuan bird, not really a bird, but bird-like beast. And Tayland, after entering the nest and trying to do some communication with this wounded barbarian, having a language barrier there, it's cries of dismay and the fear on her face go past all language barriers, and you're able to kind of understand each other as you heard a monstrous shriek and a cry from somewhere far up above the clouds, indicating that the owner of this nest was on its way home. And so we are going to jump right in. As far above you, you begin to see a shadow emerging in the clouds, getting rapidly bigger and bigger. And we're going to have everybody roll initiative right off the bat.
That's what I like to hear after being off for a week.
Let's get into this.
Let's just jump right into it. Oh, hell yeah. I rolled a 19 for those at home that are watching this while tabbed into something else.
16.
All right.
I'm down here. Hey, did Roll20 update now? We've got numbers on our health bars?
I added those in.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I updated the health bars and all that stuff, so...
Remember to update them on D&D Beyond as well, so that they'll be reflected in the Twitch overlay.
I don't have to listen to you.
Okay, so we've got everybody in there. Torque leading off, followed by Dinar and Flick. You guys can choose which of you wants to go first. And then all of you right up front at the beginning of this, it would seem. So
you can put in page at 16 as well.
Page at 16, okay. So also in that.
And that little clot with us.
Okay. Wow, look at that. It's kind of a loaded initiative
A little bit.
there, but you guys won't complain, I don't think.
Not at all.
So Torque, you see far out of range to really do much of anything at the moment. There is this shadow that is looming, and at such a height that even though you can only make out shadow, you can quickly understand that the size of this thing is almost kind of beyond your comprehension at the moment. Trying to gauge how big it is, and it is descending very quickly, just getting bigger.
It's descending towards the nest.
Oh yeah, it's coming down right towards you guys.
The nest. It's descending towards the nest where Talon currently is.
Yeah.
From the height that it's at and the size of it, it's hard to say whether it would hit the nest or whether it'll kind of hit where all of you are, but it's coming straight down.
I have a feeling that once this thing actually gets on the map, it's going to take up half the map.
Yeah. Torque is going to let out just sort of a weary sigh, seeing the shadow moving towards the nest, and then he's going to take the dash action to kind of close the distance before Talon gets ripped to pieces.
A little bit of confidence.
So I normally have a move speed of 40 feet. So that's one move. You can jump a number of feet equal to your score, right? Not your modifier?
That's right.
Your score, correct, yeah. And that is included in your movement, so it can't be in addition to your movement.
Okay, so 80 feet gets me that far. Just sprinting, leaping across the rocks in this area.
I really want to see
just,
what Torque looks like
in.
when he's sprinting.
Terrifying is what I'm going to go with.
You ever like see Bowser run in like Smash Ultimate, where it's just like like pumping his arms?
Or Mario Party when he's chasing your car. It's
Not like in Melee, where he like slides along on his belly for some reason.
I pictured it being just terrifying. That's all I'm saying. It's like this massive turtle just like running with speed.
He's like borderline bounding on all fours, like anchor slung over one shoulder.
All right, Flick and Dinar, you can kind of choose which one of you want to go first.
Flick, how quickly do you want to get over to where Tayland is?
Depends how quick he's going to get to the launch. I'm assuming we're leaving, right?
That, I think, is the best plan. I can get you and I over there in a second.
Oh, well then,
Why doesn't our wizard just polymorph it into a little hummingbird and we'll just take a nice easy stroll?
I have to be within 60 feet.
So bring the bird closer to you, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah. Do you want me to get us over to Tayland and the nest?
Sure.
All right. Dinar is going to grab Flick. Paige can't come with us.
Paige can fly. It's all good.
Paige can fly. Dinar will cast Dimension Door and teleport us probably to here, because I imagine that's what Dinar can see to, is just the peak of that rock.
Okay.
And I can teleport us 500 feet, so I think that's far.
Oh yeah.
That's no
You're
problem.
well.
there.
Yeah.
So probably for the best that the Torque is just hoofing it.
So the two of you now can, you see the wounded griffin and the griffin rider, in like rough shape.
All right.
Broken limbs, broken wing. Yeah, and just fear plastered on like both their eyes. You can see that fear.
All right, then once Dinar gets to here, I'll just continue. So 5, 10. Although that's probably a jump down into the nest. From the rock to the nest.
Yeah, it's about from that rock there. You're probably about 10 feet down.
Okay, so Dinar will drop down carefully. So 5 to 15 to there. 20, 25, 30 to here. And then I think at this point, Dinar is going to be turning around and looking up to see where the threat might be coming from.
At the height that it's at, the distance, it's hard to tell. Like
I figured as much.
Pinpoint like where, because right now it's just like it could be. It's wherever you are in this area right now, looking up, it's above you. It's that kind of idea, right? It's like it's just up there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, Fleck, you've been bamfed over to this rock with Dinar.
Yeah. This is not where I thought we were ending up.
It's like, let's get out of here. To the nest.
This seems closer to the problem, not farther away. I'm a bit confused, but hey, Tayland, who's your friend?
Person in nest. Let's grab them and leave.
That was my thinking. All right, so first of all,
you see that? I have a feeling that shadow is not actual size right now. That's not a regular bird, a couple feet in the sky. I think that's a big bird, a couple miles in the sky.
Yeah, I don't think that one comes from Sesame Street neither. So,
well, he can't fly.
Sesame Street's canon? That's weird.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
No.
See.
Elemental plane of learning.
Here it's called Poppy Road.
Yeah.
So I don't have any
Elmo is a primordial.
healing. I don't have any way to help any of the wounded guys. I'm up on a rock.
Elmo casts fireball.
Yes, I will move slightly. And I don't know, are there any goodies in the old nest here?
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check if you would like.
There's a chest on the map right there.
Investigation. Where's that? There it is. Hey, 17. That ain't bad.
Nice.
17. There is kind of just off to the side over here. Most of the stuff you can see looks to be old, tattered, kind of unrecognizable. There is a rather decent sized intact backpack that looks like it's got some waterproof sealing on it, and it's kind of bulging a bit. It looks like it's possibly got some goodies inside of it.
Obviously, that's a bag full of dynamite. I'm gonna go grab that. So I'll hop down to here and pick up that backpack.
Okay. If you wanted to free object interaction, you could open it, or do you want
Sure,
to
I'll
swing
flip it
and
up.
run?
What do we got?
Okay. So inside this backpack, you find a number of interesting items. You find a wand that is silver with an ivory tip. So it's like actually, it's the silver almost, as you get look closer, looks like it's coating what is a wand made of ivory. And you being able to understand arcane runes can see the inscription on the side that indicates this is a wand of magic missile.
That's interesting.
You pull out a cloak that seems to be moving on its own against the wind, just ever so slightly. It appears to be a normal cloak, but it's got its own, every now and then just kind of gives a little bit of a flutter on its own, not seeming to need the wind to do that. Digging inside or just rummaging around, you can also see that there are two stones, a pair of stones that look identical with a rune inscribed on them. I'd say you'd probably be able to recognize these as a pair of sending stones as well.
I was gonna say, we've used these before.
And then the other item doesn't necessarily kind of match the three. You've got these three very magic-looking items, and then there's a bent, rusty-looking spyglass. It's got some chips and rust in it, like some of the coating, like a bronze coating on it is like flaking off. And in good condition, these would be pretty valuable, but this one is pretty battered and weathered, but it's just kind of like jammed in there with the rest of the stuff.
Loot's loot. Fantastic. So I guess investigating and grabbing and burrowing through, that's probably my action. And I guess I'm done. And Paige is really easy. She's just gonna fly to the launch like the rest of us should have.
So I'll put those in there for you.
Bloop. Oh, and I guess Paige can dash and get right there. All right.
Okay, so Paige heads over to Kamari.
Yep.
Just like, is Paige just there to tell Kamari not to leave without us?
Yeah.
Don't start rowing yet.
Tayland.
Okay, important question. It's windy, correct?
It is.
How windy is it in the nest? How high up is the nest? Is this nest like a 30-foot high nest?
The nest is high up on the rocks. The walls of the nest, they're about a good like 10 to 15 feet, actually. So not like.
I mean, that's still good.
It's a decent size, yeah. So there is less wind inside the nest, yeah, it is, and there are there's the big rocks here that do seem to be sheltering it. So obviously the rock, chose this location very carefully. So there are the large rocks that block some of the wind and the walls themselves.
Excellent.
So there's like a flutter inside, but not a gusting wind or anything.
Any chance I might have an idea of whether or not a griffin could outpace a rock? I'm going to assume not.
You go ahead and give me a nature check.
9.
Ugh.
You don't know much. You've never seen a rock and a griffin race, but given sheer size alone, probably not. But you don't know. You're not sure exactly how fast griffins are.
I don't want to just leave these guys here, but I also looking at the shadow in the sky. I don't know how big this rock is, but I can have a pretty good assumption based on what I've seen here and the size of this nest.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any kind of idea of how much time we have before it gets here?
Give me straight intelligence.
Well, big shocker. I'm great at this. 11.
It's not bad. It's not the worst.
Given the rate that it's descending and the shadow is getting big quickly, you've probably got a couple minutes max.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Like maximum. You're not like, we got 10 minutes to get out of here. It's like you got to get out of here.
All right.
If you're gonna leave, yeah.
I'm going to vault down into the nest and slide next to Dinar. Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
They don't understand our language. I'm thinking we want to get this griffin up and running and get out of here. If for no other reason that the rock may go after the griffin instead of us.
Okay, give me a second. I can give us the ability to communicate with that one over there. Dinar will point to the griffin where. Right.
All right, I'm gonna do what I can for this wounded griffin.
Okay.
In fact, let's do this right. And get Willie Redtail to land down on the griffin, and I'll heal the griffin through my familiar because I can.
Because you can.
Because I can, and I want to do that because that's cool. We're gonna give this a nice heal. Hello. Okay, I guess I'll do it from this side.
I just see the healing power of Talen's Willy.
18.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's quite helpful. With this healing, you can actually see the wing is still like injured, and there's like a bend to it, but you can see some of the muscle like kind of knitting back together. As the wounds close up. And the griffin kind of looks up at Willie and looks at you, and there's just like a. You assume it's grateful. You don't speak Griffin, but it seems to be
Rise
grateful
again.
for the heal.
Does Willy speak Griffin?
I doubt it. We're gonna hold off on everything else for the time being because I don't want to burn too much. I guess I will start to make my way back over to the edge of the nest and prepare to vault myself up there.
Okay. That brings us to the griffin. After that healing, you see the griffin manages to kind of stand up and stretches out its wings, and you can see the one wing still just has this awkward kink in it, and it seems to be working, but it was like a bit of a screech of pain. And the griffin just moves over and tries to nudge. It seems to be trying to get the barbarian up on its back, and just kind of basically gets itself in position to. It can't really. You can tell that it doesn't really want to grab it because it can't grab and hey, throw on the back. And it's more just trying to get close to its companion to try and aid her in mounting when she's able to. Kamari is not enjoying the prospect of a extremely large predatory bird coming down on it.
I imagine not.
She's gonna cast mage armor on herself.
Alright.
Probably wise.
So her AC will become 15. With this, as she is not keen on what's about to happen, but she's intent on being prepared. And she's just gonna wait with the boat, and that was her action. So yeah, that's actually all she's gonna do right now. The Griffinware, who is still extremely wounded, is going to attempt to get up to mount the Griffin. Make a Constitution saving throw to see. That's a natural 20 for a 22 with the con save on the Griffinware. So
Nice.
she does manage to, with her Griffin's help, manages to kind of get to her feet. She's got one arm is just hanging fully limp and useless. You can see that it's got a pretty bad break in it. But with one hand, she kind of grabs onto the the tuft of the feathers in the fur and pulls herself up, and just kind of falls. She doesn't really climb and mount, but more just kind of lays down on top of the Griffin and just puts herself there in position. And tries to kind of get herself in position. You can see now that like on her back, she does have a couple of javelins that are still like in her pack, and she does have a sword at her side in its sheath still. So she is somewhat armed, but in pretty rough shape. So how much she's going to be able to do is not clear. But she is mounted. As this is going on and you are paying attention to this large shadow kind of looming down, Torque, you hear off from this direction, which would be to the south actually, you hear two different shrieking cries. Two birds, still sounding fairly large, though obviously not nearly as large as the big one. And you just catch kind of coming out of a bunch of trees kind of up in this sort of rocky terrain. Two birds launch out with very, very large, prominent beaks, big heads, and you recognize these as rock beaks. Creatures which you have previously encountered. And seemingly drawn by whatever is happening, they have caught the scent and have decided to get in on the fun. Man, D&D Beyond Encounter Builder is like glitching on me big time today. Stop it.
It's just delaying the TPK. I love it.
All right, so they got a fly speed of 80. So they're both just like coming in quickly. One of them is going to fly rapidly right at you, and it kind of seems to be diving down towards you. It comes right in range, and it's this big beak.
Oh, jeez. I expected
right
him to come down
you.
from the south for some reason, so when he came in from the side, I was like, ah!
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that is... Sorry, I actually put the compass rose up here to kind of indicate, because the way the map is, it's actually... So south is that way. Yeah.
Yep.
My mistake.
Sorry, Ian. Yeah, it hasn't been working for a while. We're not sure why it's not working, but the Twitch overlay also hasn't been working. So we'll have to look at our D&D Beyond stuff. Sorry, folks.
In the meantime, I was about to get eaten by a bird.
Yeah, not eaten. But it does come in with its talons actually, and it's going to make a talon attack at you. Okay. As it like just dashes in and gets its talons out. That's gonna be 9.
Yeah, first one will miss. I assume there's more to follow.
There are, yeah. And the second one is a 9 as well. It likes the number 9. So it takes 2 raking swipes at you with its talons. You manage to kind of deflect them off, so that it doesn't harm you. Flick, you hear the commotion behind you off the side, and you kind of look behind, and you see this one coming at Torque. And you turn just in time to see another one that is coming from the same direction, and it is making a bead right for you, flying a full 80 feet out of the burst of trees, and it just comes and then kind of goes into a bit of a dive straight towards you. And it is going to do the same thing. It is going to attack you with its talons. 8.
Yeah, no, that
19, a little bit better. Thank you, Rockbeaks.
all right. Let's see if that actually hits.
On Cursed Shield.
On a 3, my AC is a 20, so that is
Okay.
a
So you get your shield up just in time. You turn just to see the thing coming in. You're like, oh, jeez, and just get it up as it hits off the shield.
I like to think that it literally like just clamps its beak like around the shield, and he's just like holding its beak open with it.
Mm-hmm. All right. In the midst of all of this, there is from above the quickly descending rock. And you hear this screech as it is descending rapidly. Almost, those of you who are kind of looking up, it almost seems to be like skipping in air, like just kind of like it's coming down. There's like a glitch, was like, and then it's a little bit closer, and then it kind of goes out of focus and comes a little bit closer. And accompanied with it, every now and then, there's like a little crackle here and there, static electricity around it. And as the terrifyingly monstrous predator descends from the clouds, its shadow envelops everything around you. Great, powerful wings spread 100 feet to either side, somehow carrying this beast's gargantuan weight. Talons of deep scarlet, each the size of a house, click together in anticipation, each clack echoing like a lightning strike. And indeed, with that sound accompanied is those little static little bolts that you see coming off of this entity. The brilliant plumage of whites and blues and deep reds buffet against the wind, and the rock peers down at you from glowing golden eyes that you can see shimmering even from this distance. A final shriek before it fully descends splits the air and creates a thunderous shockwave that breaks the sound barrier. Though the cry contains no words exactly, somehow you all feel as if you have understood something. And in that moment, the rock becomes even more terrifying, for it names itself, proving it to be more than a monster. The name Tiernanach reverberates in your mind like pealing thunder, and with it, a meaning: the Sky Titan.
Huh.
Beautiful plumage.
Time to leave.
I'm really starting to lose track of how many voices are in my head now.
Torek, you're a god.
So-
Go punish it.
You can see it now. It is within enough distance that it's no longer shadow, but you can see like wingtip to wingtip is like 200 feet. This thing is the size of like a dragon.
A big
Dragons are extinct, but like and it's just plummeting straight down. Wings are kind of up a little bit, talons outstretched, eyes glowing, crackling energy coming off of this. Torque.
Okay, so the plan is to run away then.
Very much so.
I don't know.
I
Flick
don't-
has a thing against birds. He might want to kill it for no reason.
I don't know that we can kill it.
Staring down at this rock beak that's bearing over him, Torque is just gonna like hold his anchor a little bit tighter as he attempts to rage. And you see the sparks kind of crackle along the length of his maul, and then just kind of flicker out. And then, groaning in frustration, he's going to disengage and begin making a beeline for the life raft as well.
So Torque, as you try to pull that rage and try to pull that electrical energy, there is that moment of frustration where nothing connects. And in the blink of an eye, you are suddenly elsewhere.
What?
And you all watch as, for the briefest of moments, Torque just disappears.
That ain't good.
Torque, you stand near the precipice of a massive snow-covered mountain with icy rock shards around this glowing blue circle. And standing in the center of this is the biggest giant you have ever seen. Crackling with that same blue energy, electricity that you tried to channel in to your maul but failed. This entity towering above you looks down, drops to one knee and leans in a little bit closer. And in a thunderous voice you hear, "I am Gothos Akut, Avatar of the Storm Father. He who was the father of Desfuna. The Storm Father wonders why you, a mortal, carries the spark of his daughter. Speak."
Torque will just kind of place his maul at his feet as sort of a gesture of goodwill, and looking up say, "This is true. This Huna, in a moment of desperation, imparted me with the last vestiges of her power. I have no way to prove this to you. However, I implore you to believe me when I say that I was only acting in accordance with your daughter's wishes.
He chose you. Why?
To be completely honest, this is a question I have also been attempting to answer for some time. The best that I've been able to... The best conclusion I've been able to reach is that she was searching for someone that embodies the storm. I don't know if I can live up to such a description, but she seems to have seen some potential in me that I have yet to see in myself.
The giant's eyes crackle with blue energy, and it opens its mouth. Thunder sounds from out of it, echoing around you. Lightning crashing down, forks kind of landing at your feet. Peers intently into your eyes, seeming to see right through you. Can you weather the storm, little turtle?
I know that song.
I've known nothing but.
Then prove it. Can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Okay, would danger sense apply to this?
Your danger sense will apply to this.
Okay. Whoo, that is double fives.
You feel the air around you just like charge with energy, and a massive lightning bolt just plummets out of the sky and like just strikes to your very core. You take 23 points of it says thunder but lightning damage there, as this bolt just like slams down into you, and you feel your body just like charge and almost kind of seizing up as it penetrates and just like hits every muscle, every core of your being.
Torque, as it impacts, Torque will just sort of drop to one knee and then just kind of reaching out, grab the handle of his maul that he left on the ground and just kind of use it to attempt to push himself back up into a standing position.
Again. Get you making another dexterity saving throw.
Another dex save? You got it. Okay, that one was a little bit better. So an 18.
Okay. So that is a save. So he rolled pretty low on that. So 14. So you take 7 points of lightning damage this time as you hold yourself a little bit higher.
I think he still bows under the impact, but he just doesn't fully hit the ground this time.
The giant's head moves back a little bit. Better.
As he's pulling himself up from these multiple lightning strikes, you just hear Torque muttering under his breath, just, I am the rising tide. I am the crashing wave. My heart is yours. My will is yours.
You swore yourself to the daughter of the deep. She put her faith in you. You have the storm within you, little one. The Stormfather will honor his daughter's trust. But you must swear to honor him in return. Will you so swear? Will you embrace the true storm?
You wish for me, a humble warrior, to make an oath to the Stormfather.
It is warriors the Stormfather seeks. Those to be champions of lightning and thunder to enact true justice in this world. Will you so swear?
I will.
Then embrace the storm once more. The final crack of lightning and thunder just sounds everywhere. Your vision just goes pure white as the sky just erupts, and you feel yourself kind of being expanded and pulled apart at the seams. And almost just as quickly as all of this happens, you find yourself standing back in front of this bird. Only now, you are the same size as it.
Whoa.
As you all see, like, Torque he just vanished in a split second, and in the blink of an eye, he just kind of emerges back with a little bit of crackling energy. And without the enlarge spell, with anything else that you've done, Dinar, he's bigger. And there's a power, there's an extra strength to him. Torque, you now have a new subclass.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I do.
As your rage succeeds, what would you like to do?
Gripping the maul in both hands, you just see that Torque's entire body is just sort of crackling with electricity as these like blue lines of lightning kind of run down his arms into his anchor, which has now been enlarged to match his size as well. And as it surges with electricity, he is just going to do a horizontal swing at this rock beak in front of him. And I'm
Nice.
going to be attacking recklessly.
Awesome.
Dinar, did you cast your spell?
No, not yet.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? I can't see.
He's beginning to believe.
Bangerang, Torque.
Alright,
25.
so the first attack's going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, 25 will hit, definitely. There's a bit of surprise on the Rockbeak's eyes, too, as like you disappeared and then came back, and it's like, what just happened?
How long was he
Okay,
gone?
so including the
Like less than a
including
second,
the-
it was like,
So including the rage damage and a d6 of lightning damage, that'll be a total of 13.
oof. Yeah, you just like crunch into it. You hear bones crack and snap as this thing just feathers kind of char from the hit. And it's anger and hunger are replaced now by a look of fear and confusion.
Well, nothing left to do now but follow up with another hit. 24.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that'll be 16 damage of bludgeoning and lightning.
And that is exactly how much health it has left. And so with your follow through, there's just another some more cracking sounds, and the head just kind of goes to one side as you like actually shatter the beak. This beak that's supposed to be able to like bypass any bludgeoning damage and break through rock itself, and you just smash it to bits. And you watch the head just kind of, and the limp form just goes and falls to the rock and slowly slides down and plummets into the water below.
Okay, seeing as I haven't moved yet this round, I'm going to use the rest of my movement to leap across here, and then leap to here. And as Torque lands, he'll just size up this rock beak that's attacking Flick and just let out he opens up his mouth to almost let out this like huge like kaiju bellow. But as he opens his mouth, you just see like blue electricity glowing from like inside of his throat. And when he opens his mouth, all you hear is the sound of like crashing waves and booming thunder. There's no actual voice.
Amazing. So for mechanical purposes, we'll just mention that Torque is following the new the giant themed Unearthed Arcana, so he's passive to giant barbarian now.
From the most recent Unearthed Arcana.
From the UA, yeah. Because it's awesome.
Also, since Torque made a deal with the Stormfather, that means he's also a bondsmith now, right?
We'll say that you are.
Never mind.
You
Just a little Sanderson reference for you.
You're not a bondsmith.
Darn.
You cannot ride the storm.
Not with that attitude.
You also need a spear, but anyway.
I should update my hit points as well, right?
No, none of that damage actually carried through.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Sick.
That did not affect you at all, actually.
It's fun
in this realm. We're basically gods. Dinar.
Seemingly confused, but still wanting to maintain a little bit of control, Dinar is going to walk over to this side of the griffin, pull out his little clay model of a ziggurat, and I believe I have to actually, yes. I will lay a hand on the griffin wearer's shoulder, and I will cast tongues on the creature. I will do that as well, just so we're all familiar. And then after casting that, I will look them dead in the eye. We're gonna take care of this. You need to get out of here. Get as far away as you can. You can go to our ship if you want. It's that way. Dinar will point towards where the ship would be.
She looks at you and gets the sense that there's an understanding, and she speaks back to you. We do not flee. Griffinware, fight. I will stand my ground. If I die, I die. So be it. We do not flee.
He's going to kind of growl under his breath and then step back towards the middle of the nest. If I may say to the group, can I have more words before my turn's over?
A few words, yeah. It's a free action. No, like, big long monologue here, but
Yeah.
you know, like...
I don't think we can fight this thing. Everybody get back to the dinghy and get back to the boat. I will follow.
Those sound like the words of a self-sacrificial captain.
Torque doesn't say anything.
With
He
the
just
bird.
Torque doesn't say anything. He just stares directly at you, Dinar, and you hear his like throat undulate, and you just hear the sound of like distant rolling thunder.
Ooh, I can help you with that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get you a lozenge or something, man. That's that can't be good for the tonsils.
That'll be Dinar's turn.
Okay, Flick. You got a big old Boyd in front of you.
All right. Here's what Flick is going to do. He is going to whip it twice. So, wabam, wabam.
26 and 18, both of those will hit.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
So that is 18 points of damage.
Hey, yeah, it feels that. You see feathers go flying as you strip some of it.
Perfect. Then I will action surge. and I'll booming blade it this time.
Dang.
Please hit. 19, that should hit.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another 12 points of damage. I'll throw my Fury of the
Jeez.
Small onto that for, what is that, an additional, is that not, oh, it's plus a level, so another 9. So, derp, what is that, 12 and 9 to 21?
So with the overkill shot, like the whip just like cracks like right in the eye, and you see the eye just like kind of almost like burst in thing's head. And there's a moment where it's just like, and the jaw just kind of starts working like mindlessly, and it just
Awesome.
drops to the nest.
All right, problem solved. Time to go. Bonus action, Misty Step. Yeah. And then I will use my movement to jump 10 feet and then start moving towards the launch. I guess I can go like there.
Okay.
All right.
What's Paige doing?
Paige's already in launch. Paige is chilling.
Paige is chilling. Okay. Talon.
Oh, well. Seeing as all of the threats have been dealt with.
Totally.
That's very good.
Time to go.
We going to skedaddle. Could I conceivably climb up this nest without it being too difficult?
Yeah.
Okay, I would imagine so. I'm gonna do that. Climb this up, and there's the dinghy over there.
There's like sticks everywhere. You just like, it's like a ladder basically.
Yeah, I kind of figured just.
Yeah.
Hey, Torque, looks good on you.
Or just rumbles.
People are gonna hate praying to you. You're never gonna give them anything. All right, I will whistle a tune as I will fade into the sea's mists and appear on the rock in front of Flick.
Noise.
I'm gonna beat you there, Flick.
Oh, it's a race now,
So
is it?
15 followed by 30, and then I'll jump 10, and there we go. All right, now I could dash and get to the ship, get to the boat, and I'm gonna do that.
Is your Misty Step a bonus action?
Yes,
Ah, I'm jealous.
that's why it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's literally a heroic boon that's just you get Misty Step once a day.
Yeah. All right.
You can never have too many.
The Griffin, which also is my dog's name. So the Griffin is wounded. It cannot fly its full speed. It can only do half of its speed. So it can move 40 feet, and it's going to carry. So let's see. I can get to. It's going to fly to that rock and kind of land. So it's kind of like
No, fly away from the rock.
it's doing like a fly hop, like it's kind of flying as far as it can, like kind of landing again. And Flick, as it comes lands beside you, you can see like it is struggling, like it's trying to get out of the nest. Like they're not, and even as it does so, like you see the Griffin Ware is like with her good arm is like getting her spears, like her javelins off her back, and just like looking up. And now she's like kind of like ready. She's just like, you can see her like leaning down and kind of speaking to the Griffin, and they're just looking up like, let's do this. Kamari is looking at you, Talon, and says, I take it we are trying to get out of here?
Unless you want to fight the rock.
Not particularly, but I'm not sure if we can outrun it or not. It is very big.
Well, it's either that or we stay here and definitely fight it.
He is going to. He's going to ready an action. She's going to ready her Force Blast action for when the rock gets within 120 feet of her, and she will release that. So you can see she begins casting Kaelin, and in her clawed hands, a ball of like pure force energy, just kind of like a Kamea, just like appears in her hands, and it's just kind of like this blue pulsing energy. And she's just like, all right, well, we are leaving, but well, we will probably still need to fight yet a little bit, yes? So she will be ready with that. Ready to go. The Griffinware is also going to ready an action. The Griffinware will ready a... She cannot use her bow at the moment, so she's just going to ready a javelin, also at long range. So when it gets within 120 feet, she will attempt to throw a javelin at disadvantage at long range to attack it. So she's just kind of staring at the sky, and she's just going to reposition herself on her mount and be ready to go. The rock peaks are dead. So, the shadow looming overhead descends rapidly and seems to be coming down quicker than you expect. And again, like, you understand things flying fast. This creature, in a matter of seconds, seems to descend like hundreds of feet, just like breaking through the air until it is only about 100 feet overhead. So the two readied actions will take place, and behold, the rock.
That's big boy.
Big fella.
He's a chonkers, that's for sure.
Hirlanach, the Sky Titan.
100 feet away, you say?
100 feet away.
We can take him.
So Kamari
Look at that health bar.
Kamari will use her
feel like
Force Blast. That's a 14, is not going to hit.
You know when you're playing Elden Ring and you're like, oh, hey, this looks like a neat area. I wonder what's around here. And then suddenly just a big health bar appears and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have come here at this level.
Yes. Yeah, Ian, I put them on there just... I was kind of wondering, playing with that idea
of use
of AC, like... Whatever. I trust you guys not to meta anyways. I mean, like, who cares if you see the AC?
Yeah, we figure it out quickly enough anyway. So.
Exactly. Like, you can be like, that hits, that doesn't hit. So yes, I did put that on the tooltips for myself, and then also just for you guys. Like, it doesn't matter. It's a small thing. That way you can be like, oh, I know if it hit. So just to move things along a little bit easier, I think, for stream purposes. So the Griffinware launches a javelin as the rock descends within range. You notice like there's like a determination on her face, but also there is that fear. But she's just like, I gotta fight. Now she's weak still. The javelin, that's a 4. Oh wait, why did it roll the damage? Why didn't it roll the attack? There we go. It rolled the attack, so never mind. The attack is a natural 20 for a 24.
Nice.
So that's what we're looking for. That's much better.
This is going to be the real telling thing here.
So it's going to do 8 points of piercing damage.
How far does the health bar drop?
Come on,
wouldn't it just be, not to be a buzzkill, but wouldn't it only be 6 points of damage because a crit only doubles the dice, not the modifier?
That is true.
However, you could theoretically deal 8 damage, and that's all that matters.
Still within
It
acceptable.
still doesn't even do the
parameters,
full. It just still doesn't even do the full 6, as the javelin doesn't seem to pierce as much as you would hope. So it does a full 3 points of
Hooray.
damage
Oh my
3
goodness.
damage.
from the basic little javelin. Yeah.
For anybody watching, on my second screen, the health bar did go down ever so slightly. Stream probably didn't see that.
We just really got to
It went
zoom
down
in.
so minimally.
Roll 20. Enhance.
Go see
Zoom
us,
in and enhance that. Yeah. Can you clean that up a little bit? Yeah, sure, no problem.
I need one of those hands-free, like the Minority Report screens, so I can just like
Yeah.
pull it up and
Yeah, that's right.
zoom in
Yeah.
maximum amount.
Torque. Within 100 feet of you now is the single largest entity you have ever dreamed of. Even in comparison, like the giant that you stood face to face with, the avatar of a god, wasn't even close to the size of this
It's
bird.
not as big as that creature that we walked along its rib cage or whatever. The one that spoke to us in the far realm or whatever.
Mm.
That guy was big.
True.
So it's
You didn't see the
100
full
feet.
size of that, so
That guy
It's
was
100
also
feet
somewhat
up.
friendly.
Torque, in his giant form, is just going to turn to Dinar and say, Captain, are we leaving? As the ground kind of rumbles under Dinar's feet from him speaking. Captain!
Dinar's eyes are probably super wide. He's not going to take his eyes off the rock, but he will nod.
Make Torque huge and he can jump at it.
We have a Hulk.
beauty god bird.
To clarify, yeah, Dinar will nod. Yes.
Torque will just turn facing the rock again. He'll just say, I think I can keep it distracted.
Where is he? Sorry, I had to.
Go to the boat with the others. Torque is going to ready in action. He can't do anything at the moment unless the bird descends by like at least another 40 feet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't even throw a hatchet at it yet.
Yeah, so he's going to ready in action to attack when it
Okay.
comes within striking range. So minimum 60 feet.
All right. Dinar.
I'm gonna vicious mockery it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
What do you got, Dinar? Give me nice big spell.
Detect magic.
Well,
Can you reduce it?
Guys, I think the rock might be magical.
Shit. What is reducing it gonna do?
It'll reduce it to huge size.
I don't even think that I can reduce a creature this size.
I don't think you can.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can reduce yourself even smaller and just hide.
On it.
Like
There's a
that-
part of me. There's a part of me
that's-
that wants to just turn into a fish and drop into the water.
Well,
See you guys later.
yeah.
I'll take my chances with the sharks.
Okay, so I can't do that thing yet. So Dinar is going to shout out to Torque. If you're gonna stick around, at least get close enough to me that I can move us. Then Dinar is going to pull out his copper wire to cast message. He's going to point to where he thinks Flick is over just outside the nest. I need you to trust me. Get everyone out of here, and Torque and I will follow.
On it, Skipper.
And Dinar will take a couple of steps towards Torque so they can be somewhat closer in the event. That is my action. That is my free action. That's my turn.
Okay, Flick.
Well, this sucks. I've decided. Okay, yeah, so pretty easily. I guess I'll burn another second level spell slot and Misty Step to there. So then I can move to there. And with my action, I will start rowing us away.
Okay. So I'd say you probably managed to get the boat turned around. Give me a strength check.
Ooh, my forte.
Oh boy.
Strength check, eh?
Oh, I guess athletics. Athletics would say. So
Well,
there you go.
it's the same, plus 0. So there's a 16 for you.
Okay, so yeah, you start getting away there, fighting the waves.
That's a little bit of movement there. It's
Yeah.
Driving
Underway.
the well, you know.
Paige, because it took you more to like you had to like unanchor it, turn it around, because the boat was anchored in at that point. You had to turn it around, get it positioned.
I'm going to actually
That's
have
that first wave, you
Paige
know.
Wait, perch on one of these rocks, just in case we need eyes back here. Although, once we get 100 feet away, I can't go in anymore. She'll come with. Fine. Never mind.
All right, Talon.
righto. I have a terrible idea.
Does it make the boat go
What
faster?
we're here for.
No, but it might allow us to buy it. It'll if it works, it'll be amazing. If it doesn't work, then well, there were other things I could have done, but
Also
you know
amazing.
what? I didn't do that.
I love amazing. Do it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, everybody. Let's see just how good of a flyer this thing is. Ahem. The sheets are frozen hard and they cut the naked hand. The decks were like a slide where a seaman scarce could stand. The wind was a nor'western blowing squally off the sea, and the cliffs and spouting breakers were the only things I lee. I'm going to cast Sleet Storm on the area that the rock is currently in.
A 20-foot cylinder.
40-foot radius. Yes. So it's definitely in it. On its turn, it needs to make a deck save. If it fails, it falls prone.
Oh.
That's cute.
Good chance it will succeed on the save, but you know what? If it doesn't, it's gonna be
Depends on how
Everyone-
dexterous it is, you know? Maybe it just gets by on being really big. It doesn't have to dodge.
I'm kind of what I'm hoping for. It's either this or I use wind, but those are always strength saves, and I'm like, it's gonna pass those.
Okay.
And then Bardic Inspiration on Torque. You can
Much
go ahead and have
appreciated.
that, buddy.
Man.
All right, I have some options here. I'm also going to move to the back of the boat because I want to be interestingly enough, I want to be as close to this thing as I can because there's some things I can do to improve my chances here. And then
Mental
Craig's gonna
image of
use-
you with the accordion just standing 1 foot up on.
Yes,
Morgan
like
style.
Captain Morgan style.
All right.
Get me closer. I want to insult it.
Okay. The Griffin is going to fly 40 feet up. A bit. Okay, so it is flying. Go. Can't get up to range. Just trying to get his rider closer. So going in. Think like full like Valkyrie style, right? Like just going up. The Griffin were like getting the javelin out. The Griffin like started to fly up towards this thing. It's just like they're going. It like lets out a challenging screech towards the rock.
Anybody see that movie Rain of Fire?
Oh
Matthew
yes,
McConaughey.
yes.
I'm
Oh my
just
goodness,
picturing Matthew
yes.
McConaughey with the axe charging at the dragon. He's just gonna eat him.
That was a
As
good
soon
one.
as I saw that Matthew
Underrated
McConaughey has
movie.
an axe in that movie, I was like, there's got to be a scene where he takes that axe and just like jumps through the air at one of those dragons, right? And then I was not disappointed.
Yeah, that's an underrated movie in my opinion.
It's a great movie.
Okay, Kamari sees what's happening. Her force blast didn't go as planned. Seeing the lightning cracking off of it, she's not going to go with that thought either. She's going to try force blast again because it's the moment she doesn't have much she wants to do. And that's still not going to hit. Unfortunately. You can see tail end and Flick. You see she's a little bit flustered. She's not really like battle isn't her thing. She's got spells, you can hold her own, but she's not really the one like get into the fray of things. So she's a little bit like, this is a little bit terrifying. No. She's still got her mage armor on though, which is good. So okay, the Griffin Ware Barbarian is going to go ahead and toss another javelin. This one's still going to be at disadvantage. It's 120 feet, so why is it doing that?
That was rolling the damage instead of the attack.
Yeah. So the disadvantage that's going to be a 10, and just throws it up, and with like a gust of like just the wing just the rock just kind of creates a buffet of wind that just sends it flying wide. And that's all it can do. All right, Chernonok's turn.
Dex save.
Uh-oh. The squishy octopus went angry face.
It makes no dex save as Chernonok is immune to prone.
Oh.
Cannot be knocked prone.
Well, it was a good shot.
Well, at least we know that.
Oh, that's just a crowd control. There's no damage on that.
No, it is. I will point out it is still heavily obscured,
Okay.
so we still can't see.
Well,
So in
a
order
portion
to
of it can't see.
Unless it
the
has
challenge with this is moving it so that it doesn't like cover everybody.
You should be able to set it on the lowest layer.
I am putting it to the back, yeah. So it descends directly for the dinghy.
How far away is Torque from it now?
Well, it's 100 feet up, and it's going. I'd say it will get within. What range did you need? 60 feet.
I need 60 feet, but you know.
It will get within 60 feet because it's coming right down.
Okay, then I'm going to cash in on
And
my ready
it's
to
so
action.
big that like it, the tail end of it, 60 feet is pretty. Yeah, like you can reach it.
Dinar, you watch as Torque just grips his enlarged maul in both hands, and then spinning around like a Scottish hammer toss, he's just going to wheel around 360 degrees and just fling his anchor at the rock.
Oh.
I throw it, lad.
It will be a disadvantage because
Throw it.
60 feet is my long range. But
So what is your short range? 30?
the short range is 20 actually.
20?
I suppose it is heavy. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, it will.
Well, that's a nat 1, so I can't even add the inspiration onto that. But as as the rock, I assume, weaves out of the air to avoid the anchor, you just see lines of electricity connecting the anchor, arcing through the air back towards Torque's hand as it just flies back into his grip.
Mjolnir?
Ymir?
Love it.
You have Thor Hulk.
Yeah.
Torque is now Thulk.
I'll take it.
But yeah, that was my reaction. I can't do anything else.
So here's the thing, guys. The Torque has talons that are more than big enough to pick up the entire boat that you are all in right now. And rather than going for one of the three of you on the boat, it grabs the entire thing and just I'm going to get.
Does it make a check or an attack to do that, or does it just get to do that?
Well, it makes an attack. It makes an attack on the boat, and if it hits, it just grapples it. So it is going to make an attack on it.
Come on, that one.
So here's what's going to happen. If it hits it, it's either going to grapple it or basically just shred it, depending on what happens here. So
sure, yeah.
So it's a 20. So it is going to choose to grapple.
Do we know what the AC of the boat is?
Not
Can I
20.
oppose it with my paddling? I mean, I could roll on that 20.
The boat's got like a 12, like an AC 12. Most like objects like this are.
No, I'm saying
Okay.
if you're grappling
low.
me, isn't that an opposed check though?
He's not grappling you. He's grappling the boat.
I'm trying. I'm steering the boat.
Grasping at
So I will give you a dexterity saving throw if you wish to jump off the boat or fall off the boat as it's grabbed and pulled up. Otherwise, you're going with it.
Man, I spent so long putting all that stuff in the boat.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, if it's going to bring me within striking distance, I'm not going to jump off. I'll just beat it up then.
Brave little goblin.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm oof. Yeah. Ew. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stay on the boat too.
Okay. So it's descended 100 feet, grabbed the boat, and reascends 100 feet.
Yeah.
So you are all now in this boat, in its talons, 100 feet in the air. As it just grabs down and it just like launches back up.
We're
starts flying, and you're like in this boat.
striking range now, boys.
I'm assuming Paige was Paige perched on you, like on the boat?
Yeah.
Where was Paige?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kamari's on it as well. She can fly. She's not too worried about that.
It's weaker in its belly.
Torque.
Torque is going to look over his shoulder at Dinar and just be like, how close can you get us?
Oh,
Throw him.
I can get us right on its back.
Do it. Torque will ready.
Wait. Dinar's smarter than Mike is. Dinar's smarter than Mike is.
I would hope
Sorry,
so.
too loud there, but
Can
There's
get us
Torque
on its
talking there.
back, but I can't move you at your current size.
Oh.
Because
Reduce him.
he's a large creature now, right?
Yes, he is.
I'm a medium. I can't
Yeah.
move anything bigger than my size.
enlarge yourself.
I could get us on his back.
Oh, but you need like 2 rounds to do that, though. He might be out of range by then.
I'm just saying that because I want Kaiju Dinar. Okay.
It will take 2 rounds. But that's okay because Dimension Door can go 500 feet. So it's not the end of the world. They'll be around on their own, but
if I go around without doing anything, I'll just lose my rage anyway. So maybe we'd be better for Torque to just like end his rage here and then start another one.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Can you
So-
ready a rage?
No. But I don't think it requires any sort of action to end my rage, right?
Nope.
Okay, so
Yeah, if
Torque
you just
will-
don't do anything, if you don't take damage or attack, then it'll just end. Yeah, it just ends.
Okay, so Torque will end his rage here and
Yep.
just ready an action to just attack once they're on the rock's back, basically, and then he'll have to rage on his next turn.
Okay. Dinar.
Well, Dinar is going to... Oh, I got the wrong thing selected. Dinar is going to move up to Torque, up onto the rock. That's 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. Dinar will... there's no requirements of components. Dinar will get a hand on Torque's shoulder, look up at the rock, and cast Dimension Door to bring us right to the rock's back. And then he's got a ready to action.
Yeah, at that point, Torque will use his reaction to attack.
Okay.
Can I attack recklessly?
Hey.
This will have no rage damage and no extra lightning damage from my elemental cleaver, but it's something. 22 to hit.
22 does hit. Yep.
So he'll just swing straight down and strike for 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Once we're up there, Dinar will also use his, if you'll let me, his tactician feat to, as a bonus action, force Torque. Well, is a ready to action a reaction?
Yes.
Yes.
Never mind then. That won't do anything.
Yeah. So because of your spark and your enchanted, etc., your maul is definitely counting as magical. You got your god energy spiking through you.
Okay.
This thing's hide is tough. Like the feathers, like they're feathers, but like they're almost like scales, and how thick and how tough they are. This is, yeah. It's crazy. You're on its back, and it's a very surreal experience. You're on a rock, like it feels like a
Or
rock.
just slides back and just grasps like a handful of feathers in one hand. He's got his maul in the other. He's just hanging off.
Amazing. And that's it for Dinar, I'm assuming, unless you've got a.
No, that well. I don't think that any of these are bonus actions.
Yeah, because you need like a cantrip bonus or.
Yeah, no.
If you don't have anything like that. Okay. That brings us to Flick. You are in range of its claw, of its talon.
Awesome. Assuming that its next trick is going to be to drop us on the rocks, I'm going to climb onto the claw rather than stay in the boat.
Oh.
Okay. Awesome.
And then I'll start attacking. So I'll start with the old booming blade. With an
Woo, that's a nat 20.
Hey.
All right, so you
Beautiful.
can enjoy. What's that? 12 and 12 is 20. Well, actually, hang on. So it's 12 slashing, and then 12 thunder.
So the thunder does half. It does seem to be resistant to that, which makes sense as you see the
Sure.
It's not immune, but it does not do as much. So that's 12 slashing and then 6 thunder total then. But it does connect.
Sweet. And then I will bonus action whip it again. 24 probably hit.
Yes, it will.
Another 10 slashing.
Okay.
Riding cowboy.
All right.
Perk
your
is
hits connect.
lashing at its ankle. It's like, take that.
Awesome. Okay, is that everything for Flick?
Yep.
Paige?
Paige will help. Paige will help me. So my next attack against the critter will be at advantage, and then Paige will stick nearby somewhere.
Awesome. All right, Tayland.
Yeah. So I'm in the boat.
Sounds like the start of a great story. It's like, so I'm in the boat, you see.
So I'm in the boat.
Are you
This
wearing
will
a
be
flippy
flying.
This will be the start of a great story.
I was having a seizure and I still had half a pie left.
I realized that I had my Crocs on.
Flick has climbed up onto a claw.
He has.
I can't fly,
What?
but I don't want to be on a claw either.
You know who can fly?
How high up are
Rocket,
we
yeah,
right now?
true. You're 100 feet above.
That's pretty freaking high.
I mean, what
rocks.
if you just summoned your parrot Big Willie style and flew around on him?
That's the thing. Like, so that would be how I would fly. The thing is like, I don't know. I don't know about that. God, I don't have many. I mean, damage just seems pointless. All right, let's go with. Yeah, we need to spread out. I think that's the only way this is going to work. So I will conjure forth my large parrot. Well, relatively large.
I say we do still have a Willy on the board over here.
Yeah. So technically. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah, we'll use that one then.
Yeah, here you go. One. So.
Perfect. And I'm gonna. That'll be my action. God. Oh, jeez. And then I would stretch my arms as it lands atop my shoulders, picks me up in its talons. I'm just gonna fly over yonder. And now its flight speed is 60 feet, so I can go another 30 or 15 over there. I can go 30 feet. I think spreading out is our best option at this point. So I'm gonna just kind of come on over this way. It had to use its action to grab me and its movement. And I do think that's likely going to be my turn for the moment, because oh god, there's so many things that I don't want to do right now. Like draw attention to myself. So I think I'm good.
Okay. The Griffin is going to fly up higher to try and get within range. So it will fly. It's 40 feet up. And will get within range. This thing, so keep in mind, like, this thing doesn't just take up like a level, right? Like, you think gargantuan is not just like 5 feet of airspace. It's also like, you know, a couple stories high. So the Griffin gets close enough and is just gonna go for it. Gonna make a beak and a claw attack at this thing and just. Okay, well that's a nat 20 for the beak attack.
Yeah.
So this Griffin rider is generally pretty darn good.
Well, that's just the Griffin.
And the rider, though, the rider also got
the Griffin's obviously well trained.
And okay, so, and then we'll go with the claw attack for 23, which is not a crit, but will also hit for an additional 11. And it doesn't seem to quite get through as it seems to resist that. So the beak seemed to penetrate just enough because of the crit there, but the claws just kind of like scratching at it, and it doesn't find much purchase, unfortunately. But it did manage to do a little bit there. All right, Kamari is in the boat and not wanting to be in the boat. So she just kind of like steps off the side, just poof, busts out the wings. Is going to fly over here. I'm really not liking this thing.
Hey,
I was not expecting to fight.
cool question for the table. Is all that platinum in the lifeboat?
Yes.
Oh, we're at row.
Is it?
No, we hadn't had a chance to move it
You
yet.
hadn't moved it
Oh,
over there yet.
okay.
No,
Okay.
it's
Never mind then.
still,
We were all
it's
still
still
down on that front section of the boat.
All the other loot that we had collected
Yeah.
is in there, but
Yes, I wrote it all
I was a little
down.
worried for a second there. I
yeah,
was like, oh no.
just showering coins everywhere. The crabs are like, we get crushed by it.
Well, so
They're
much
actually
for that
like
big
ingots,
windfall.
Oh,
They're ink-
the barrel of pure refined residuum is in the dinghy.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
That's what. Yeah,
sucks.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What does residuum do again? Is it like
Spell
it's
component essentially.
And also money.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh, I just realized she can make multiple of these. I forgot that. She makes 3. I've only been using 1. That's my bad. Well, let's make up for that. Kamari makes 3 force blast attacks. Melee or ranged. Oh, I guess she could do melee, but she doesn't want to get melee, so she will back up. There, so 23 will hit. And that will do 16 points of force damage. So you see Kamar just getting angry now. She's just like starts throwing these balls of like pure force energy at the rock. And one more for good measure is a 26 to hit. For another 12 points of force damage. Rolling low on the damage there for
Oof.
those.
I mean, we're chipping away, I guess.
But, all right, so she just like just starts throwing these balls of energy out. The Griffinware Barbarian is close enough now so they can do a javelin stab. So she actually like kind of gets up on the Griffin, and again, kind of going for the underside of the rock here and just stabbing up with the javelin. So this will not be a disadvantage this time, and it's still doing that weird thing. So I'm gonna have to click on the instead. So it's a 21 to hit for 6 points of piercing damage, which only partially gets through of hide.
It's depressing watching, like hearing you press the buttons and press enter, and watching the stealth bar just.
It's like when you're fighting like a big boss in a video game, and like the health bar is going down, and then you realize, oh crap, they've got like 3 more health bars. They just changed color again. Oh dang it!
This guy has a second phase.
Yeah.
And we're all doomed.
Second phase, boulder. Oh crap! Reaches the final form, mountain. Okay, it is the rock's turn.
This is going to be very telling.
And Tiernanak is going to fly up 200 feet.
Well,
Oh, this is bad. So 300 feet above.
hooray! I'm not in danger.
Dinar,
Can
Torque,
you
and
smell?
Fleck.
Yeah.
I need all of you. I'll let you choose either strength or dexterity saving throw. You need to hang on
Yeah.
as this thing is just like, and it knows you're there, right? It's not like, oh, like it's fully aware that 2 of you are on its back and 1 of you is like on its claw slashing away at it. So it is like as it's flying up, it's also like flicking the claw and like moving its back around. So
I guess I'm
or
going to
dexterity
choose.
save.
I guess I'm going to choose strength for my saving throw.
I will choose dexterity.
I mean, I gotta go dex. So here we go.
Okay, I got a 23 on my strength save.
Ooh, 24 on my dex save. And
Okay.
Dinar 7.
Oh, I rolled a 20.
Oh, wow.
For 21.
Oh my
Nice.
goodness. Okay, so with the 21, 23, and 24, you all managed to hold your grip and not fall off this gargantuan bird as it flies up. Like ascending 200 feet in a few seconds, like
Yep.
it's just like the wings are just like it's just gaining so much height. And as it gets to a height of 300 feet above the water, it just lets go of the boat.
Yep. Dash it on the rocks.
So the boat is now falling. Whoa, hit
Glad we're not in it.
Yeah.
It just starts falling. And let's see, Flick, you're on its talon. It's gonna use its other talon to try and grab you.
Oh.
All right.
Because it can, because you're there. It can just kind of, like.
Yeah. Huh.
That's a 30 to hit.
Uh huh.
So your
Plus
shield will do
13.
nothing there. You were going to take 21 points of slashing damage.
That was a low roll.
Here I am.
And you are grappled.
Got it.
So until this ends, you are restrained. Now it cannot grapple.
Am I grappled or
another.
restrained? Because those are different.
Sorry, it grapples you, and as part of its grapple, you are restrained.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the rock moved this round, right? Which means it's going to take some booming blade damage.
What's true?
Oh, yeah.
5 whole
probably-
points of thunder damage.
Which is
Oh,
reduced to
unfortunately.
2.
Listen,
Yeah.
that might be the 2 hit points that are the difference between us
I
winning
know.
this and losing.
So yeah, so you are grappled, but as part of its grapple, you are restrained because its
Yeah.
claw is like, it's not just like holding on to you like by your ankle. It's basically like you're in its claw, like it's so freaking big, right?
Uh huh.
So yeah, so you can attempt to escape that grapple on your turn, but it just like you're on its talon and you like manage to not fall off, and then the other talon just comes over and just like grabs you, just like yanks you off. It's like whoa, pulls you into it. Torque, riding the back like a bronco, like hold on, but you manage to hold on. You actually pull out a couple feathers, and they're the size of you. And they're like, okay, but you're there. You're on
it's
its
like
back.
it's like a free object interaction. Can I just like unlatch some of the rope that's tied around Torque's waist and just like throw an end over to Dinar to tie himself off on like a belay?
I'd say so as a free object interaction, yeah, if you want to just kind of loose a little bit and just kind of like, you wouldn't be able to like
Yeah,
really aim
I
where you're
can't.
going, and more just be like kind of just like toss it, like just kind of hey,
I dangle some rope at him.
sure, yeah. So it'll be up to Dinar to see if he can grab it or not, but for you, for just untying and just been like, we'll
And
say
then just
sure, yeah.
over the sound of the rushing air, he'll just shout to Dinar, just don't attack the wings. If this thing goes into free fall, then we're all done for.
Yep.
I'll try and stun it for a bit of a slower descent. Torque is going to move up towards the rock's head.
Oh boy.
I'm going to rage again.
I will get you to give me an athletics or an acrobatics check as you're attempting to walk along the back of a flying entity.
Let's do athletics.
It's not quite a flat surface.
Come on.
17?
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Easy enough. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to enter a rage. So I will embiggen myself again.
Yeah, you will.
And this time, as Torque grows, his maul is not surrounded by crackling lightning this time, but this time as he holds it up over his head in his enlarged form, you see just like jagged ice crystals and frost begin to creep down the handle of the blade as he calls on just the frigid temperatures of the deep ocean. So this time I've switched my elemental cleaver to cold damage.
I don't have a cold bolt sound, unfortunately, but
That's all right. I will make 2 reckless attacks. make sure everything's switched on.
Go for it, man.
First attack's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yes, sir.
So including my rage and the elemental cleaver, that's going to be 16 damage total.
Awesome.
One of which is cold damage. And then I will make a second reckless attack,
Okay.
which will be a 21.
Yes, sir.
So that'll be another 16. 6 of which is cold damage.
Awesome. Yeah, 2 good hits. You actually see some blood come out from underneath the
Yeah,
the
just
feathers as they
literally
get all
wailing
matted.
on like just the top of its skull, trying to like
Yeah.
trying to like daze it and potentially try and like get it to start descending.
The reverberation in your hands is as if you're hitting a mountain. Like this thing is skull is so thick, it's like you're hitting like the earth itself. But it does crack a couple times. Some blood.
Just feathers and ice shards flying up
yeah,
through the
yeah,
air.
totally. Yeah. Awesome. I love the imagery of that. Is that it for Torque?
Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
Awesome. All right, Dinar.
Remember, I gave you a little dangly rope.
Well, yeah, but now you're up at the head. You drew the dangly rope. Thank you.
Nice dangle. Good,
Yeah.
good dangle.
You like the angle of the dangle?
We'll ask Willie about that.
Okay. From where I am,
I mean, the rope should enlarge with me, right? Let me check.
Anything you're wearing,
you think I'm
enlarges
gonna
with
you
it.
right now.
since you're wearing it,
Yeah, along with
you,
anything
yeah.
you're wearing. So, like, I
Yeah.
guess the rope is doubled in length.
or thickness at least.
Okay. Dinar is not going to enlarge just yet. We need to start weakening this thing before we.
Before you weaken
Yeah.
it.
Oh, there was no dexterity saving throw from the rock because it was just not able to be knocked prone, correct?
Yeah, it's just immune to
The
it.
sleet storm? Okay. Well,
It just
then-
we'll say it this way, like for meta purposes, like basically you saw a sleet storm and it just did nothing to it. The rock was just like whatever.
Okay. All right.
You think this is gonna hurt me? I fly through hurricanes.
Yeah. Dinar is going to pick a spot out at the rock's head. Well, you know what? Maybe not the head. So what I want to do is I want to create a 20-foot sphere that will only hit the rock and not flick or torque.
You've got lots of room.
I don't want to hit the wings though. So I either want to hit the chest or the head.
Oh no, you've got like this thing's body is like the size of a decent house. Like
I just want to
you've
clarify.
got plenty of space.
Okay. Then let's just say because the body's a bigger target, Dinar is going to target somewhere down on the body, and he's going.
You're
to
riding a
pull
Mack truck with wings.
Yeah.
Like,
Dinar will pull out a little drop of giant slug bile, utter some arcane words, and then he will throw out a vitriolic sphere. And he's going to use that at a 5th level, so his 5th level
Ooh.
spell is gone.
dang, make it count, man.
So I need the rock to make a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha. That's a 22.
Yeah, that's gonna save. Okay. All right. Well, Dinar will throw it out and kind of 2 hands out. He will bring them apart and then kind of crash them back in. This is going to take 12d4 acid damage in half. And no acid damage at the end of its next turn. So here's the first 5. That's a 1. That's not great. Okay, so 3, 6, 4 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. That's only the first 5. So 13. I'm just going to keep track of this. 13 plus... okay, 2, 4... There's another 6, so there's 10, 11, plus 11, and then 2 more die. 4 and 1. So plus 5 equals... Math. I'm just gonna calculate it. 13 and 11 and 5 is 29, divided by 2 is 13. Because I would round down, right?
Yeah.
So it's 14 and a half.
So
Would that
14.
That would be 14.
Yeah.
14 acid damage.
Okay.
As the sphere explodes at its chest.
Awesome. You hear a bit of it. Its screeches are more like, they're like deeper than Torque, but high pitch at the same time.
That was not the 40 that I was hoping.
Kind of sounds like a jet plane flying by.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It is like, you're flying, you're like on the back of a jumbo jet. Trying to kill a plane with feathers. Anything else, Dinar?
I don't think that there's anything else that Dinar can do, because I certainly can't see Flick. I can see Torque up in front of me, and everybody else would be flying probably below us, so no. Dinar's certainly not going to move. Not yet.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right. Mr. Fleck, you are grappled and restrained.
All right, what can I do to escape?
So you can make a skip check, which would be what's it? Acrobatics or athletics? Your choice.
Do you have any Misty Steps left?
Nope.
Mm.
There we go, 29.
Hey.
That'll do it. DC 19. So you manage to kind of just like weasel your way out. Basically, you're small enough in a sense that like it's got you and it's crushed you, but you manage to kind of like pull yourself up like through the talons and like get yourself free a little bit.
Cool.
That is it. But
can I get myself a little further up so it can't do that shit again?
Unfortunately, your speed is 0 when you're restrained, so you're just
But
able to
I'm
get
now
out.
not restrained, aren't I? Like, I just got myself free with my action. Can I use my movement to scamper around or no?
It says you can make the escape attempt. Actually, yeah, this doesn't. It's not a save. It's not the end of your turn, so that is true. So that was your action. So you are no longer restrained. So in order of effect, I'd say yes. Yeah, so you can do your move.
Okay. So I will try and get away a little further up.
All right. Give me another acrobatics or athletics check if you're trying to climb away from the talons, I'd say.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
20.
yeah. 20, yeah. You're a little scamperer for sure.
There we go.
You're like the goblins in Lord of the Rings, like in Moria, and they're just like climbing the pillars like upside down. Like, I got this.
And Paige
Only
will
your-
swoop around and help and then swoop back.
You're much more handsome than they are, though. Than the goblins.
All right, then I'm done. Paige is done.
Okay.
Paige
All
will
right.
help again. If I actually get to attack next turn, that would be great.
Awesome. Talon,
So this thing's 200 feet in the air.
300.
300 now.
300 now. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
What do you want you to do? There is a falling boat.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's make sure I'm not in the way of that falling boat. That's, I think, a good start.
You moved out of the way. Yeah, you moved off
that's
the
what I
side, so
figured.
it's,
Okay.
it's like, yeah.
Well, I mean, I can move 60 feet up, but I feel like that's like putting an ice cube on a glacier. Like you know.
Got a gun.
It's not a 300-foot range gun. Also shooting up, you know.
What if you just aim really good?
Yeah. The stuff in the boat, is it like just falling everywhere at this point?
It was mostly tied down, so I'd say at this point, things fall at the same rate, right? So
Yeah.
since it's in the boat, like they haven't quite separated yet, but they're not like, you know, in movies where things fall at different speeds, which is stupid. No, they're all falling at the same speed because physics. So
Good old.
they're just yeah, their velocity is the same. They're just falling together.
Yeah. Good old Aristotle.
Get it right, movies.
Longest range I've got is 120 feet, I think. I think that's the longest I can do something at. Which, I mean, I can't even get anywhere near close enough to do something like that.
So again, I'll point this out because we don't have 3D mapping. It's kind of hard to show this, right? Like, this thing is like stories tall. Like, it is a massive beast. So you don't have to be 300 feet up to reach it necessarily. Like,
is it 95 feet tall?
It's probably close to that. Yeah. Like, its thing is huge.
So
right?
okay. So theoretically, if I were able to get 80-ish feet up, it could be within 120 feet of me. But that still requires me to get 80-ish feet up.
I'm willing, like, finagle it a little bit, right? Because
Pythagorean theorem and all that.
we don't. This isn't. I don't have a ruler for wargaming, right? To like measure up the exact everything too. It's like, if you're close enough, do the thing. Let's make it entertaining.
Okay. Do I even want? Can I? Okay, with my massive perception and my very good eyes, can I tell what it looks like my party members are trying to do? Like, are they? Does it seem like they are fighting this thing, or does it more so look like they're just trying to deal with it?
You'd be able to see underneath. You saw Flick like hack and slashing at it. You saw him get grabbed. You saw him climb out and try to go higher. I would say you would have kind of heard the crackle as torque got bigger and like it sounds like they're fighting. The acid ball was underneath, correct? Right? They kind of aimed for his chest.
Yeah.
So you would have seen that as well. So yeah, they're fighting it.
Yeah.
It's you can tell that they're Kamari's throwing force balls at it. The Griffin and the Rider are going at it.
Is it continuing to ascend, or is it more so starting to kind of taper off? And
at the moment, it's just at 300 feet. Like, it kind of stopped and it hovered there before it like dropped about. So it kind of seemed to reach that height and then just like drop. So
okay, I guess I will. I'll get my bird to carry me 60 feet up.
Okay.
Which puts me still not within range, but I'm getting there. I wonder if there's a way I could I like finagle this? Because because then I can't dash. So that's probably not a good idea. I would fall to my death. Okay.
And we must be doing something because the health bar isn't centered over the token anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you guys have hit it a couple times.
We've hit it pretty good.
It's asymmetrical, which means that we must have done some damage.
It's down by about a quarter by my math. So
yeah, I was going to say we're maybe close to a third, but I think Ian's right.
Oh god, everything's short range.
it was 20 boxes to begin with, and there are 5 empty ones. So
60 feet seems like a long.
You've dealt 134 damage total to it so far.
yeah, I was figuring about 400 hit points total. So that's what we're looking at.
All right, I don't think there's much else I can do other than just fly 60 feet up.
Okay.
Because all my ranges are 120 feet or lower.
Okay.
So I will do that.
All right. The Griffin is going to fly. It's going to dash to get its full 80 feet to get up within range. Not going for the attack this time, but just trying to get close for his rider to be able to do something. Kamari will fly up 40 feet straight up as well. Just and what's the range on her force blast? Is 120 feet. So she'd already flown up. Actually, she would have to go higher as well. So she's gonna dash as well. So she will fly 80 feet up, just straight up. Yeah, just trying to get within range. You can see she's kind of watching all of you, in the hopes that she can possibly be of some help if dire circumstances to grab a falling ally or something like that as well. That's kind of her goal. The barbarian is close enough not to melee, but is close enough to throw. So we'll throw a javelin. 11 is not going to penetrate, unfortunately. Tyrannok's turn. The boat is dropping, so on his turn is just keeps plummeting down. What does Tyrannok want to do? I
surrender and negotiate peacefully.
Not so much.
Worth a shot.
Torque, you were on its head.
Yes.
Dinar, you were on its back. Fleck, you were on its talon.
Upper thigh at this point.
Upper thigh.
Making my way.
Oh.
Slowly but surely,
So you actually be close enough for a beak attack, I believe.
Oh, good.
Because he can reach its legs with its beak and bend down and. So it can't grab you, but it is going to it is going to try to peck at you.
All right. Here's another 30 to hit. Yep, you've hit.
29 to hit you for 26 points of piercing damage.
All right, I've got one more of those in me.
Hang in there, Gabi.
I'm trying.
And it is going to make a talon attack at Paige, though.
Well, you got to roll a 1.
I mean, that size, it's got to be like swinging at just a single flake of dandruff.
So it just kind of takes a swing, almost like absentmindedly, just like flicks its talon out, just like get away from you, fly.
Yep.
To fly, you bother me.
And so you're all 2 runs back. It's gonna go into a dive. So the rock is kind of up, and then it just tucks its wings in and just starts to go down. So it's gonna drop a full 140 feet, and it is going fast, going straight down now. With you all above it, and as we move to the top of the round, we are going to pause. The top of the round, take a break because it's just over 10 o'clock. So we will take a breather. And we will pick it up shortly. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Well, you can go somewhere, come back. And I will be right back. So we'll go to break. See you soon.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, Elderbrain Collective. If you've been enjoying our live stream D&D campaign and want to support us, there are many ways you can do just that, and we would be super grateful. Seriously, it'd be awesome. First, of course, make sure you're following us on Twitch. Once we get our 50 followers goal, we can make our stream even better with subscriber perks. Then, be sure to follow our Twitter account. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post stream VODs as well as additional content coming soon. Of course, you can listen to audio transcripts of our stream on Podbean if that's your preference. Of course, you'll miss out on our handsome faces, but you get our incredible voices, so it's pretty good. You want to hang out with the collective and chat D&D and, well, everything else? Head over to our Discord server. It's open to anyone who wants to join. Finally, we've just launched our Patreon page, which is the optimum and best way to support us. That's redundant. Optimum is best. Each tier gets you additional perks, including exclusive Discord emotes, monthly digital content, behind-the-scenes info and creature stats, and, for the truly faithful, You can even gain power over the PCs in-game, live on stream, and have an impact on what happens next. I think that's pretty awesome. We'd love your support. You can find the links to all of our sites on our link tree. Check out linktr.ee/elderbrain, linktree/elderbrain. We hope to see you joining us soon as a member of the collective. Happy gaming, everyone. Whispers in the window are angry waves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Down to the mists as the ocean slaves. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Oh, way ho, the sea of souls. Way ho, the sea of souls. Hoist the sails round the eddies and shoals. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Hey ho, it's the sea of souls. Sea of souls.
Greetings, wary travelers. My name is Mike, and I will be playing the role of Dinar Neurixius, Dragonborn wizard on the Sea of Souls. Allow me to get into character and we can learn a little bit more about this pale golden dragon. Being chosen is supposed to be a good thing. Chosen by the gods to serve a purpose. However, it can mean facing a life alone. I was born in our homeland, Drakor, in the east. And though these scales are supposed to be a blessing, I was reviled by so many. I could see their jealousy, could feel their stares. My own people shunned me, and so I left. I still drew stares when I arrived in Stormhaven. It's hard to miss these scales. But the dwarves were far more accepting of me. I learned I could put my magic to good use out on the seas, so I served aboard a ship, adding my arcana to their arsenal. Maybe one day I'll return home. Maybe they will welcome me as Verithan's champion. Or at least, as kin. For now, though, life among the Gungrim is good. I am used to standing out here, used to towering over this good folk. But what they lack in size, they make up for in heart.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I play the goblin Flick Dogslicer, an Eldritch Knight fighter. Once upon a time, there was a goblin named Flick. That's me. He was a good egg, but as a recently emancipated man, he didn't necessarily have the firmest grasp on the rules of free society, and often ended up on the wrong side of the law. So anyway, I'm in this back alley, minding my own business, rooting through the trash, when this old guy in a blue dress and a big floppy hat with stars and crap all over it comes out of nowhere screaming, "Oh my god, it's a goblin," and starts shooting fire out of his hands at me. So I shanked him. I didn't mean to kill him per se, but, heat of the moment and all that. Now, even I knew how this would play out with the guard, so I'm looking for a quick escape. But this old guy didn't even have the courtesy of carrying a coin purse, just this big stupid book. So, yoink, and I beat feet to the pier and sign aboard the first ship that's looking for crew. Long story short, with enough time and patience, even a bozo like me can figure out a little magic from that big old book. I joined a good crew and enjoy my life as a seafaring mercenary, trying to keep ahead of the law and maybe make a coin or two for myself. The end. By Flick.
Greetings, tale seekers and story watchers. I am Devon, medieval enthusiast and D&D veteran since my 11th birthday when I received the 3rd edition starter set. led to a bit of a collection. I will be playing the part of Tayland Wavesinger, human bard and mariner, master of the weaponized sea shanty. Oh, it'd be alright if the wind was in our sails. Tayland is a man slowly being consumed by his own faults. He drinks far too much, and has quite a ruthless disposition against those he dislikes. But he still tries to do what's right when he can. As for his goals, well, I'll let him tell you. Oh, me name is Tayland Wavesinger, and I quickly tell to you of a man that I am a-hunting across the ocean blue, with power over the sea and sky. Believe me when I say that when I finally find the bastard, it'll be his last day.
In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf, the sacred river, ran through caverns measureless to man. Down to a sunless sea.
Torque is a Tortle barbarian, presumed to be the sole survivor of the Loggerhead tribe. Even by Tortle standards, Torque is a taciturn individual, never deigning to use 5 words where 2 will suffice, and as such has been less than forthcoming in sharing his personal history with his compatriots. What is known of Torque is that he was discovered on a remote island by a passing merchant vessel, having apparently been marooned there for some years in the wake of a shipwreck which destroyed the rest of his tribe. It is for this reason that Torque holds a special reverence for Desfuna, goddess of the ocean, whom he believes spared his life in the ocean storm that decimated his kin. Having spent the better part of a decade in near total isolation, Torque is unfamiliar with the ways of the modern world, and his social skills are somewhat lacking. It is perhaps for this reason that he has chosen to align himself with allies who are blessed in the gift of gab, as he continues on his pilgrimage, the destination of which is unknown even to himself. Hi everyone, my name is Jack, and I am not a professional voice actor or performer by any means. However, I do have a serious passion for tabletop RPGs, and I hope that you enjoy this upcoming game as much as we're going to enjoy playing it.
Okay, so what's
All
everybody
right.
thinking for their backup characters?
Oh, I've already got 2 in mind. Yeah.
All right.
Torque.
Okay, well, so the bird has started to go into a nosedive for reasons that are beyond my understanding.
It's a bird thing. You won't understand.
Does it look like he's diving towards anything specific, or?
I'll say you can give me an insight check here if you'd like.
Sure. Will this count as my action?
If you were in intently trying to determine its actions, like what it is doing, then it would. Otherwise, yeah, you don't have the Flick always watching ability.
In that case, I should probably just keep attacking it so as to maintain my rage. And I mean, like, it's not like I can make it pull up.
I would say you can't imagine that it diving is good for you. Let's just put it that way. It's not trying to help you.
Yeah.
You probably gathered that much. It's not like he's letting us down.
But at the same time, it's not like I can pull up on the throttle and get him to slow his descent. So I'm just gonna keep attacking with reckless attack because I think that's all I can do right now.
Awesome.
Break one wing so it goes into a spiral instead of a straight dive, and then we'll be fine.
19 for the first hit.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's much better.
Ooh,
so it'll be 22 mix of bludgeoning and cold damage.
Nice hit.
And then for the follow-up, 28 to hit.
Yeah.
So that'll be another 22.
Man.
So 44 damage total.
Hey.
Torque is literally just like as they're falling, just like a blacksmith on an anvil, just like long wind up and then long wind up, then the downward swing.
You just gotta hold out for another 6 turns like that, and we're golden.
Every hit, like the skull is like cracking. There, you hear the crunch of bone underneath, and as every hit, like because it's nose diving too, like the blood is like going up.
Yeah, it's like you're getting spraying in my eyes. I'm like,
you're getting covered.
It's like blinding me. I'm trying to like blink through it.
You're getting fully covered.
All right, that's all I can do this round.
How much damage did you do there? You did
44 damage total. I don't know if it's resistant to cold damage or anything like that. That might skew those numbers a bit if it is.
No. I was saying, so you've done 178 damage, so you're not quite blinking through 182, but you're almost there.
But yeah, that was 44 damage this round then.
blink once. Blink 178. It's a cover band.
All the small things, man. We just got to keep
all the small things. Yep. All right, Dinar. Say it ain't so.
That's Weezer.
No, it's part of the song.
Oh, yes, you're right.
It is also Weezer, but yes.
Come
on, man.
I have to start thinking about conservation in certain situations.
Just throw Fireball and call it a day.
I don't have Fireball.
Worst wizard ever.
Always the spells that I don't have.
Hit with a magic missile.
Dominate monster.
Earthbind.
Monster. I'm gonna have a list of so many
Power
spells
fall.
that Dinar should have. Power word fall. That would be amazing. All right.
That's
Dinar is
Earthbind.
going to pull out a little powdered rhubarb and an adder's
power word
stomach.
rhubarb.
Powdered.
Powdered word rhubarb.
Leaf. An adder's stomach. He's going to get them in his hand and start to fashion an arrow, and he's going to
Attaboy.
jab it down into the rock that is beneath him using acid arrow. So I need to make a ranged spell attack. This was the good dice that rolled the nat 20, so naturally this will be a 1.
Normally it would be at. You'd have to. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay because it can't really attack you or do anything, so you're fine.
Okay. I know I said spiking it down, but it's a ranged attack, so.
I am, but you're not
I'll
ranged.
throw
You're on it, but still. I guess you can target like its butt or something. So.
Yeah. I'll even,
There's enough of it to
I'll
use
target
range.
its neck because that's in front of me.
There you go. There you go.
So
Yeah.
I'm
I
headed
have
for the go again,
16
it's
plus 8, so 24 to hit.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to take 4d4 acid damage, and then take 2d4 at the end of its next turn. Okay, so that is a 1. 2 and 2 is 4. Man, my D4 spells suck. So 4,
Using 'em.
5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 acid damage immediately.
Okay.
And then it will take more acid damage at the end of its next turn. I am also going to burn now my tactician's feet, and I am going to see Torque up there and him wailing. I'm going to tell him to wail again with his reaction.
So that's one attack, right?
It's one straight attack, yeah.
Okay, well, good thing that I popped that reckless attack, so this will be similarly reckless. 18.
Yep.
18 hits. So it'll be 18 damage.
Very nice. Just another crack.
Almost at half.
You guys are dealing
Hey,
like
Torque, good job hitting him.
Yeah.
May I suggest hitting him some more?
pretty much. Please, Sam, I have another. All right, is that it for Dinar?
That will be Dinar's turn.
All right, Flick.
I'm desperately trying to climb somewhere that it can't get at me because I'm tired of tanking this thing. So I'm assuming that's another acrobatics to.
Where are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try and get up and around onto the back where these guys are, where they aren't
Okay.
taking hits.
So yeah, definitely
up on
acrobatics because it is in a dive right now as well. So you're trying to move
Get up
like
on the Hydra's back.
you're trying to Tom Cruise the side of the plane like as
Yeah.
it's flying, like trying to get around stuff.
Yeah.
Which you did for real
22.
because he's nuts. Yeah, 22. You're good. Yeah.
All right, good. I'm up. Hooray. I think I need to mix up my damage type, so I'm going to bonus action Hex,
Ooh.
That could be very helpful.
and I will give it disadvantage on any strength check that it's going to be making, because why not?
Useful.
Now I will, with my action, I guess I will just whip it twice then.
Blam blam.
So, an 11's probably not going to hit,
Fortunately, 11 will not. No.
but the critical hit will hit.
Ooh, baby.
Hey.
Yep. Not 20. Total 29. You got it,
Finally,
man.
our luck
Alright.
is starting to turn.
There you go.
Or maybe not.
Now 3 necrotic and then 13 slashing. So
16. Yep. There you go.
and that's me. And now I'm back on the back with everyone else. Hey guys.
Hey guys, what's up? Talon, the bird with your friends on it is going like down, nose diving right down to the water.
Yep.
Does
Good
everyone
thing they
have
can.
feather fall?
Good thing they can currently breathe water.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
It's
be
less
great.
about the water and more of the impact to the water that I feel like we should be focusing on.
Just tuck up your body and break the surface
Right.
tension with something before you hit the water.
You mean the rock?
Yeah,
The rock's
like with
gonna
a
break that
rock.
surface tension for us.
Okay, how far away is it from me?
How far is it away from you? So when you flew up to it,
I flew
you
60
were-
feet up,
and,
and I was already whenever the original first round he went up,
Was
and
100.
then was 100, so that's where I
Oh,
was.
so it's
and then I went
like
60
well
feet
within
up.
range of it, yeah, because it dropped 200 feet. So
Oh God, okay, yeah. We're good to go. Now.
because it was like 120 feet up, I think, of you, and then it now. So
It sucks that it's immune to prone. I have so many things, so many options.
I mean, it's already dropping. What are you going to
It
do to make
is.
it drop faster?
Yes, actually.
you can't. Terminal
no,
velocity.
no. All right. I'm thinking like a nice shatter would be pretty nifty.
Good old physics, except for when physics sucks.
Because tidal wave seems like kind of a dumb option. And if I do anything else, I'll break concentration. Okay. I'm gonna throw a shatter at it.
Look, here's our griffin. This is a griffin.
Majestic.
He's much cuter than another griffin.
Oh.
I mean, Flick could probably ride him into battle.
That's a con save.
I think Flick's the right size to use him as a mount.
Totally, yeah. Sorry, I missed that, Taylor, because...
well, no, it's okay. Because I was like... It sucks that Dissonant Whispers
puppies.
forces it to move. Because I don't really want it to do that. But I want to deal a bunch of psychic damage. I would prefer not to use something like Shatter, because I have to imagine its constitution is pretty good.
I mean, that's a fair guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's either that or Tidal Wave.
How many rounds until it hits the water, based on how fast it's descending?
Oh, next round. Because you know it can move 200 feet a turn, and it was only 300 feet above, so...
Or
yeah,
would you guys...
you're looking down at 100 feet, you're like, it can
okay,
hit
so
that
then,
up, so.
secondary thing then, would it be better if I did some healing? Blake, would you like some healing?
I mean, I don't know if you can get me above the one hit threshold or not.
I probably can. Would you like a 5th level healing word?
Sure, bring it.
All right, because I'm just thinking, I'm not going to be doing the damage in this fight. Rise again, though your heart it be broken or life about to end. No matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, and like the Mary Ellen Carter, 19 health.
I like how you ended that. Wonderful.
That's pretty good, actually.
What do you
That's
think,
not
Chris?
bad. Not bad.
For,
Hopefully it'll be enough
for a healing
for what
word.
lies
That's
ahead.
pretty freaking good.
Uh,
And then, you know what I am gonna do? I kind of want to do a vicious mockery because I feel like having disadvantage on an attack. Well, what is it? It's got a
You're
really
just a
big,
pebble.
it's got a really big bonus. Even with disadvantage, I feel like, but that's better than if I shoot it, because if I shoot it, I just deal like, I don't know, sliver damage, which I feel like is not worth doing. So
Yep, debuff.
yeah, debuff,
good.
debuff.
Can
All
you
right,
smell what the rock is cooking?
I would like it to make a wisdom save, please.
A wisdom save.
This could be very
Oh,
It's a
Well,
natural 20.
Well,
well, I guess that's.
20.
all right.
I guess that's what the rock was cooking.
Hold on a second. You know what? This is not important enough for any kind of. I could like cut it. I could like cutting
messery.
words or something, but like it's not. It's not It's not worth it. All right,
That doesn't
fine.
bode well for what I want to do.
Jeez,
Call yourself a second mate. You can't tie a ball in.
Of course, that's where the crits come in, right?
Away, haul away, we'll haul
Stop your
away, Joe.
debuff.
I just assume with all the rushing air and just the roaring.
just can't even hear it.
They just can't hear you. It's like, you suck.
Can my bird fly within 5 feet of it? If it within 15 feet of the bird, or within 30 feet of the bird flying?
Yeah.
Okay. Bird fly 30 feet, make attack. 17.
Oh, that will hit.
Yay!
It's AC
12
16,
piercing.
So you got it.
19 to hit for 9 piercing.
Your bird. When you summon your bird, does it count as magical attacks? In this form?
It's a spell. I don't
That sounds like a yes to me.
think it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, theoretically, the stat block would say that, which it doesn't.
It would.
But it is conjured from a spell.
Doesn't say it though. So how much? Sorry, did you say that's 18? No, what? What did you say?
So it
12
was
plus 9.
a 12 plus 9. Yeah.
21.
So it would be half. So 10.
You hit 6 and 4.
How far did the bird have to fly to get close to it? Like 15 feet?
Yeah, probably about 15, 20 feet or so.
Cool.
Again,
I fly.
keeping in mind this thing takes up like a million.
Yeah. I fly 15 feet away afterwards with flyby.
Hey, there you go.
So just fly in. The way I imagine this is, we fly up. Willie throws me in the air, makes a big claw, or I guess beak at the beak would work. So just kind of pecks at the thing, just pulls a couple feathers out, and then flies away with this massive honking feather.
I like it. Imagery.
And while that's happening is when I'll throw a healing and lace the words of healing with dissonant mockery of the vicious variety, but the rock doesn't care.
Doesn't even hear you. This is the worst kind of insult when like you insult somebody. It's like an amazing insult, and they're just like, "What?" Like, ah, crap.
Oh,
Repeat it.
never mind.
Never mind.
It was dumb anyway.
You're too dumb to understand it, anyways. Oh. All right. It is now close enough for the griffin to get within range. So it's just gonna go beaky. 13 won't, and claws will not. Unfortunately.
What do you mean? No, what do you mean? Unfortunately.
I mean, it depends on your perspective.
It's that griffin's done some serious work up to this point. It deserves at least one round of mediocre.
Well, you know. All right, Kamari. Sees what is all happening. She's gonna fly in close, actually. Get within its range. And she's going to use her overwhelming revelation. A burst of luminance in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point within 120 feet. Actually, I guess she doesn't need to get in because she can. I forgot it's she can do it from where she is. So she just conjures a sort of a beacon of light that just kind of appears and just. And she positions it in such a way that it will not hit the 3v1 at the back. So she kind of goes underneath it here. And it's like an overwhelming, you can actually feel like there's almost like knowledge, like pure thought encased in this sphere as it expands. And you being close enough to it, you understand that if you were caught in it, it would like overwhelm your mind. And so it is going to need to make a wisdom saving throw. What's the DC on that? 12, which fails the DC 15 save. And it's going to take 10d8 psychic damage. Oh!
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Dang. Wow. 61 points of psychic damage. That's a one and done for her. She has nothing left. That is
3
like,
8s.
We appreciate the contribution.
She just like full on like Charles Xavier's saying like cerebral like brain just like
Yeah, in that 10d8, 3 8s and 2 7s. That's
yeah, there you go. Jeez. And then she's gonna fly away. Get out of range.
I know 61 is a lot, but the health bar didn't drop very far.
Sure did.
Yeah, it dropped a significant amount. It's true. There's just still so much left.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Less
It's
than
about
half.
15% right there, man. That's
It's true. That's true.
They're
Better than
within
we're doing.
range.
Everything we've just done, we just have to do again.
yeah. It's below half. We're
It
laughing.
is. It
The
is.
Yeah, we're
Griffin
like,
we're in range now is going to use her short sword from on top of the Griffin's back. 20 will hit for 4, which will only be 2, unfortunately.
Oh, wow, I mean, that's what I would expect a short sword to deal with something like this.
But there's like determination, like she said, Dinar, you know, they don't flee. And
This whole fight has been very Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what happens. As Tiernak is in this dive, 100 feet above the water, gets just to that kind of that point, about 100 feet or so, and then does a spin, flips upside down, and does a kind of a twist to fly back up. So Dinar, Flick, and Torque, I need all three of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
All right.
Actually, because it's going up, this is going to be strength because it's your ability to hold on.
Okay, well, I'm raging, so I have
So this will
advantage
be full strength saving throw to
I think
not
Dinar is
get
getting
tossed
thrown
off
up.
of its back.
How's a 23 sound?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's a fighter. That's what that is.
What happened to Jack?
Even with advantage, I got it. Okay, but I have inspiration, which I believe is a D6.
Yes, it is a D6.
Now it's a 16.
Strength saving throw. So this is just a straight roll for me, guys. A 16?
16 total.
Yeah. I have no pluses.
The smallest of the three of you, perhaps to your advantage at this point, you manage to like grab onto the feathers and hold. And there's almost a moment of kind of that free fall of weightlessness as the bird twists again. Dinar and Torque, you find your grip fail, and you are in a free fall, 100 feet
Awesome.
above the water and rocks below.
Yeah.
I really should have prepared Featherfall today.
I
and-
was not expecting to need it.
The rock is going to fly back up 100 feet. Actually, because that was just a turn, it's going to shift its angle a little bit as it flies, and it's going to come at you, Talon.
So it's
Hello.
not flying up, it's just flying laterally.
So it did a dive and then flat.
It's kind of did like it basically did this and like turned and like did a full twist and then it's like coming back up and like diving, like coming up at Talon now. And Talon is going to try and grab you.
Oh, we've really hit rock bottom.
There it is. That's 26 to hit.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that.
It's hard pressed to miss you.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of my thought process. I'm like, why even bother trying to do anything?
You take 18 points of slashing damage, and
That's
you
a
are grappled, and you
Okay.
are restrained. So you are ripped free of your bird because this bird
I was
is
gonna say, there's no way.
like
That's,
exponentially larger than you than Willie, unfortunately.
yes.
So you're like Willie is trying to hold on to you, and you're just like ripped right out of it. So you are restrained. So your speed is 0. You are like confined within the rock's talons, like it's got you inside of its massive claw. Torque,
Yes.
Nice bird.
you are at this point you are 80 feet, so it kind of dropped a little bit further. You're 80 feet, and you are dropping to rocks below.
I have a question.
Yes.
As I fall, if I snatch Dinar out of the air and then just kind of like reorient, like re-angle myself so that like I'm holding Dinar in front of me and falling like shell first towards the rocks below, would I be able to take all the fall damage while cushioning Dinar, like protecting him from the fall damage that
Or
he would
soak
take?
some of it at least.
Yeah.
I could, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll grab Dinar and then spin myself around in midair so I'm falling shell first, so that hopefully Dinar doesn't take any fall damage.
Okay. Nar, I'm assuming you're allowing yourself to be grabbed.
I am.
All right.
So I'm 80 feet above the water. How far away am I from the rock?
It's right below you. Or do you mean the creature, or like?
Yeah, the creature. Like, what's the distance between me and it as I'm falling currently?
It's about 100 feet away again. Like it is.
Okay,
It is.
so I can't throw my my maul at it is one last spit in the eye. That's fine. Okay, down I go. Down.
All
We
right,
got a
so-
handle. Don't worry, guys.
You're going to take 8d6 points of
So he falls the whole all 80 feet
bludgeoning damage.
in this turn.
It is bludgeoning
Oh, yeah.
damage, so it will be halved because I'm raging.
So I don't.
Yeah,
know
when you're falling, you can fall up to 500 feet in one round. Like
Okay.
yeah. So 26 points of bludgeoning damage,
But
halved
that to 13.
to 13. For 80 feet, Dinar, you're going to take some of it.
Yeah, that
You're
makes
not,
sense.
you're not going to get out of it here because you're
Torque is not
still
a pillow.
no.
Fortunately.
Where can I edit my hit points?
You can't.
No, can you bring me down to 87?
If you edit it on D&D Beyond, it should transfer over.
Or in your character sheet.
Oh, I mean it is updated on D&D Beyond, but not on Roll20.
And you do not get halved. You take Dinar. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, I know why I did that. Sorry. You should be able to edit it now. Try now, Torque.
Okay. Still nothing. Oh well. Let's resolve that when we're not fighting for our lives.
You're at 87.
87.
Okay, I'll put you 87. Yeah, Dinar. You took 18 points.
Yeah.
Of bludgeoning damage. So Torque, yeah, you kind of fall on the rocks and you're like flattened out, like oh. I believe it's
Just a resounding crash.
Yeah, you're kind of. So actually, yeah. Sorry, I missed where you guys were. He was aiming for this rock here, is where he's gonna throw you guys. So.
Well, I took damage, which means that I'm still raging.
Back where he was over there, yeah. Okay. Dinar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say from that, like that's pretty much all you can do, Torque. Like there's a little bit of you're not like stunned.
Can I, because I didn't use any movement in this round, can I just stand up from prone?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stand up from prone, still just cradling Dinar
Yeah. So
under
Dinar,
one
yeah.
arm.
Okay,
I think
so
what the Torque
We should
your
maybe
fall there.
rethink our strategy, Captain.
I think strategy's going out the window. This is a fight to the death.
What
Dinar's
other
gonna stand
kind
up.
of fight is there?
So Flick
The
is
pain.
on the rock's back. Talon is currently grappled in its talon.
Correct.
Is there any
Oh, yeah,
way?
let's put Talon down here.
Is there any way, any hope that I am within 60 feet of this thing?
No. You just dropped 80 feet and it was flying
yeah,
up.
that's right.
So no. You're probably like 150, 160 feet away from it.
Oh wow, that even makes other things not work.
Maybe now's the time for the enlarge.
This boat is toast, by the way, by this point. So I forgot to delete that.
Enlarge on who though?
Enlarge on
Torque.
you, so then you can Dimension Door us both up there.
You want to go back up there?
Well, I mean, like, should we wait for him to come to us? Because he's been playing keep away with us for a while now. That's why we had to do it the first time.
I mean, I suppose since we're not gonna flee from this thing, there's no point in polymorphing it.
Can we flee from it at this
I
point? We don't have a
think-
boat.
Well, we don't have a boat, so there's no way we can. So there's no point in holding off to a polymorph. All right, Dinar. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no wrong answers. No wrong answers.
All right. Dinar, seeing the whole thing falling apart, is going to pull out a little pinch of powdered iron, create an illusory image of himself in his hands, and bring his hands apart to enlarge. Dinar.
Kaiju form.
Yeah.
You know, we got a full-on Godzilla versus what was that, Gamera? Is that the turtle one?
Yeah, I think Gamera's the turtle, and I guess the rock would be. Is it Rodan?
Yeah.
Rodon is
yeah.
the bird. Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta text my friend. She's a Godzilla expert.
Kaiju fight. And then there's Taylor.
Okay, yes, I was thinking of Rodon.
Let them fight.
I don't. I suppose I don't need to. All right. So Dinar is large, and there's no point in moving from where I am. So that's my turn.
Scales on his back, like the spikes all like start to glow with radiant energy. As they enlarge, like they start to spike out. Its eyes crackling, right? Atomic energy. All right, Flick, you managed to hang on. You are like gripping for dear life
All right.
this thing's feathers as it's flying up, and you're still on its back.
Listen, bird. This is going to end one of two ways. Booming blade. Here we go. 17.
That hits, yeah.
Nice.
All right. So we're going to do 11 slashing and 4 necrotic, which all goes through, and then 3 thunder, which becomes 1. So that's what, 16 in total?
16, yeah.
And then I will bonus action whip with another 11 because I rolled another freaking 2. And that's my turn.
Will not hit, yeah. And you're just not moving, you're just clutching on.
I'm not getting pecked at or clawed at or anything else here. I'm happy where I am now.
Amazing. All right. Tayland, so you are currently grappled and restrained.
Sure am.
So you can make a athletics or acrobatics check to escape the grapple.
How far away is Willie from me?
He wouldn't have been too far because it didn't move much further after it grabbed you, so
Okay.
it's probably within like 10 feet.
So
I just put it where you are because of the claw, but really,
yeah.
it's still like, kind of like
That's
over here,
that's what I figured.
just for imagery, because
Where do you lie in the terms of speed of falling versus grappling?
what are you trying to what are you going for here?
Well, here's the thing, right? Let's say I break out of the grapple. That means I fall.
Yes.
Can my bird catch me?
That's a good question. Because your bird is
Because he's
10
right.
from you.
This is very important because
This is essential information, yes.
I kind of need to know.
Because in the first, you're gonna fall. Like, you're gonna hit water or you're gonna hit ground. Like,
Well,
Immediately, basically.
because falling happens immediately. That's why I ask. I'm not sure.
I think it would come down to a check. Like, Willie's gonna have to make
Dexterity check or something.
an attempt to try and grab you.
What if I fell on him?
Like, you want him?
Like
to
it- like
come-
if-
I would
like-
say I'd say he'd still need to try.
Like
and
if he
grab
was
you.
if he was positioned beneath me and I fell on him.
He would still need to try. I think at this point, because you're fallen, he would try to. Because he's not like. How big is your? He's medium, right?
He's small. He's the size of a halfling.
Small, then yeah. So he would have to try and make an attempt to grab you because you're
Okay.
still bigger than him. So it's not like you can just land on his back like a griffin, right? Like you're
Okay.
landing on like something like this big. Or
And how
like,
high
yeah,
up? How
smaller,
high up
so.
am I? 80 feet.
You're higher than that because it was 80 feet. You were at like 120 feet, I believe, and then it kind of swooped up and grabbed you. So yeah, you're about 120 feet
Cool.
because it swooped up to come at you because you had been going up to get it before it dropped down.
Okay.
So it basically will come down to, as you're falling, Willie actively trying to grab you. It's possible. It'll be difficult, like tricky DC,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Like the bird's trying to
It's-
grab you basically and
It's possible, but it's not
hold
enough.
on to you.
It's not possible enough that I think I would want to. I mean, Talon would trust his bird would catch him as much as Zoro would trust that Tornado would be ready for him beneath the window, and we all know how that works out sometimes.
And yeah, falling on a horse is also different than falling on a bird. Again, we're talking about a bird, right? So
Yeah. Sure. Here's a weird one. What if I were to... Well, that wouldn't even work anyway. Never mind. I can't do that because of action economy. Okay. What the hey? Let's give this a shot. First of all, I'm going to produce my rapier coated in acidic brine, and I'm going to stab into the claw that has me restrained.
So you have disadvantage because you are restrained.
Does that only apply to weapon attacks?
Your
or just attacks in
attack
general?
rolls. Your attack
Okay.
rolls have disadvantage. All your attack rolls.
Okay. I mean, I might as well.
Mm-hmm.
For God's sake. I have to figure out why it's doing that.
Not even showing up. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
So
11. Man.
So you stab it, like you can't quite get enough like purchase on it to like do anything significant. You're like, and it just doesn't penetrate enough.
All right.
Its talons are like steel.
Fair enough. I will now Misty Step onto my bird.
Oh, there you go. All right. So Willie is going to have to try to grab you. Let's just call this. It's basically just making a grapple attack.
Well, yeah, that would be what he would be doing as a grapple check.
So have him do a grapple attack on you. Yeah, a grapple check.
Okay.
Come on.
Uncontested.
9.
Oh. You Misty Step out, and in your mind, like, I've got this. Willie, not quite expecting and understanding the moment where suddenly you were on top of him when you were in the claws a moment before, and he scrambles and tries to turn to grab you, and you just fall out of his grasp and begin to just
feathered bastard!
drop 120 feet.
Not great.
Oh.
All right,
We'll turn it around. We'll turn it around.
can I use the Tasha's rule to break my fall in the water to half the damage if I succeed on a check?
You are over the water there, so we'll say yeah. So
Okay.
It'll be at the end of the round.
Okay.
Because so when Tiernog dropped Torque, like, and that was the end of the round, right? So when they fall, so technically the fall, it's within 6 seconds. So at the end of that 6 seconds is when you hit. So you are currently in plummet,
I'm
dropping.
in free fall.
Because there is that, so like when you're falling, there's still the possibility before the round ends that somebody or something could grab you or do something, right? So you're in free
for
fall, and if nothing else happens, then you will hit at the end of round.
Cause I'm free.
Okay.
Free
That was-
falling.
I liked the attempt, man, the creativity, but yeah, it's on the roll there, right?
That was a massive waste of a turn, is what that was.
Your bird just couldn't grab on.
Well, I mean, you're no longer grappled, so that's not a waste.
Yeah.
I'm no longer in life-threatening danger from one reason. I'm in life-threatening danger from a separate reason.
The griffin.
Every time I have a problem, I just cast Misty Step, and then boom, now I have a new problem.
Exactly.
So the rock actually came back up, so the griffin could get within at half its speed. It's gonna have to use its dash, so it'll use its dash, and then it can't make its attack on this turn. But it's more worried about just getting his rider there. Kamari
Come on, Kamari.
sees you falling, Tayland. You are I don't think she's not going to be able to catch you, though. You're 55, so you're 60, and you're up. She can get 80 feet maximum. And if she dashes, she can't reach you. So unfortunately, yeah, she can't. She looks at you and is like, she can't get you fast enough, so.
None of the spellcasters have feather fall ready.
I don't think I can get it.
She doesn't need it. She's a bird.
That's true. Yeah. All right.
For her, it's
She's a bird with friends. Come on.
true, but she's not used. She's also not a combat. Like she's not
Yeah.
used to being in combat. That's
Yeah.
not her thing. She's got some stuff, so she's just gonna do like.
Have you considered not falling?
It basically is yeah. You try to not fall more. She's just gonna force blast. She's gonna just go at this thing and try to try to do what she can. So all right, so that's a 25 will hit for 23 force damage.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's a good chunk.
Second force blast will miss, and the third one will also miss with a nat
Sorry.
1. But she gets 1, and she gets distracted by Talon, and there's that moment where she's like, and she just knows I can't get to him in time. There's no point. I gotta try and take this thing down. So she just starts blasting away at it. Griffinware, she's just gonna stab. 19 will hit. Ooh, jeez. Nat 1 on damage for 3. So for a whole 1 damage. She's trying.
That she is.
And it's
Bless her.
Tyrannok's turn. What does Tyrannok want to do?
Realize
Tyrannok is
the
going
error of his
to.
ways.
Nope, he's gonna drop right back down to a who he sees as the most credible threat, which has been Torque this entire time. And he's gonna dive right down and try to. He's gonna just try to peck right through you, basically. So he goes him to dive and just like beak coming right straight at you.
Okay.
And you did reckless before.
So you get to re-roll that nat 1, and that'll hit.
So it's a 23 to hit for 22 half, so 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Not bad.
I'll need you to bring my health bar down to 76.
And then he will kind of right himself and try to grab you with the talon as well for a 27 to hit.
That will hit.
21 points of slashing damage halved to so 10, so you're down to 66, and you are grappled and restrained as he just grabs you. He does not lift off this one, so he actually lands. Both talons are down on the rock, and so Dinar, you're kind of like in between as he's like got his talons on the rock here, and one of those talons is a completely encased Torque, like a cage, just like crunching down on him. Talon,
Hi.
you fall 120 feet,
All right.
which is
So,
12d6 points.
I'm going to be
fall
making
damage.
an athletics or acrobatics check to hit the surface head or feet first. If I hit a
Okay.
DC 15, I get to have the damage.
Wait, would head first be beneficial?
Yes.
From 120 feet. I mean,
Well,
I don't know that any of them.
we're gonna go for a swan dive.
Cannonball, come on.
Go out with style at the very least.
yeah, here it is, man.
We have Mr. Sparkles. still.
Hey, 18.
All right, so this
So I will
is
take
12.
half of the damage.
12d6.
$42 on average.
Yeah, I could take that.
Not happily, but I'll take it.
No. Yeah.
So that's 44
Above average.
halved to 22.
Easy
You
peasy.
Okay.
lucky.
Either way, you'd still be alive, even if you didn't have it. But oh
That
man,
is, yeah, that is.
Sinking into the ocean's not a happy place to be, though.
I am the master
Yeah,
of the
you-
sea. Ow!
Torque, you are restrained.
Okay.
So your attacks have disadvantage. You can try to break free with an athletics or acrobatics check if you would like. You also have
Well-
disadvantage on your dex saves.
I
danger sense
am
kind of stuff, anything like that. But...
I am big and angry, so I do have advantage on athletics checks. I will attempt to break free.
Okay. Just with raw strength, just like pull the talons apart.
So with advantage, that's a 25.
25 will do it. You just like Dinar, you watch as like Torque's hands just like come through the talons and just like rip them apart, pull them apart like cage bars.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. Where did the boat land?
Where did it smash?
Yeah.
It's like over here.
And those magic items that Flick found were in the boat.
Yeah, everything except all the platinum.
Yeah, there are a couple kegs. So whether anything survived, magic items can't be damaged by that, but you'll have to check the state of things.
Although I suppose
as Torque is like prying apart the talons, he's gonna look back at Dinar and just say, "Was there anything useful in there?"
Worth dying for? No.
Anything that would be of use against this thing?
No.
All right. Wishful thinking, I suppose. And he pulls himself free.
Okay.
Now the stuff that Flick pulled out of the backpack, did he actually put that stuff in the boat, or is that just on Flick?
No.
Yeah, so that stuff's still with Flick.
Yeah, Flick, I don't think you made it to the boat, so you've got that backpack.
Well, yeah,
I was on the launch when it.
That's right, you did.
He was
that is right. Yeah.
away.
That is right. Yeah, so you did correct. Yeah, so that backpack would have been the waterproofed backpack, which I didn't know was on that. So theoretically,
it's still good at the bottom of the harbor here. We're fine.
Yep.
Once we deal with this thing, we have lots of time to do all the salvage.
Yeah.
Dinar.
Yeah.
You hear.
Oh no.
A very familiar sound from about a kilometer away.
Cannon fire? Hey.
All fun and games until we find out that they're fighting on the side of the rock. You've attacked our god, and now you must pay.
Someone else is attacking our ship while we're out here fighting with birds.
Dinar, your turn.
Opportunists.
So I don't see any of these cannonballs yet.
There's a giant bird blocking your view at the moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can basically see its foot, but you hear the.
All right then. It's landed in front of us. I no longer need to teleport us up to it.
Correct. It has landed. It is currently on land.
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing, man? Do something.
I will. Oh my. There's so much that I could do. I am starting to get tapped. So Dinar is going to cast a first level magic missile.
Okay.
To just continue hitting.
All right.
So 3d4, which is sad right now.
Bigger than 0.
Bigger than 0. That's 2, 4, 6 plus 3, so 9 force damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's below 30% now. We're laughing.
And then I've already used it on Torque, but well, would you let me use my bonus action? Oh wait, no, I can't see Flick. Never mind.
You cannot see Flick.
I can't see Flick.
Opposite sides of the bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, then
Once again, there's a bird in your way.
To continue the damage, I will throw a power surge into that as well.
Okay.
So You can spend 1 power surge, deal extra force damage to that target. That extra damage equals half your wizard level. So that'll
Too many
be
plugs
plus
in one
4.
outlet.
So 13 total damage on the magic missile.
Awesome.
And Dinar will just stand close enough to Torque that if the rock was to suddenly shoot up again, we could teleport right away.
Okay.
That'll be my turn for now.
All right. Flick.
It moved since my last turn.
Correct.
So it take 11 thunder from the booming blade, so 5 more points of damage, but
Correct.
yeah, non-zero.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Now, as
All the
my
small
action,
things.
I'm going to booming blade it with a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit definitely.
And it can enjoy. So that is 15 plus 4 thunder, so 17 in total on the first hit.
Awesome.
And then I will whip it with my bonus action. 20 to hit will hit for another 15 points of damage.
Nice.
Nicely done.
And it will take 7 if it moves, which is to say 14 thunder.
It has dropped into double-digit hit points.
Hey.
20% left.
We're getting there.
We are
For tally, you've dealt 383 points of damage thus far. Let me just
Wow.
let me throw that at you there.
It's kind of impressive, actually.
That is impressive. That's almost like with the help you guys have, that I knew you could take it. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. Well, Kamara's
Talon.
dealt like 120 of that damage herself.
I will
A little
surface.
Torque's done like a beast job
That's
of
true.
it.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh,
You guys have all you've all
had
done
to
damage.
show off.
to it. You've all-
Had to show off the new subclass. You know.
That's right.
That hurt. Oh, how high up is it?
It is grounded right
It's
now.
grounded, so you now here's the thing, because you hit
In
water and you dove in, so you would have actually descended at least 20 feet underwater. That's just
Right.
physics. So you're gonna have to swim back up. Now you do have water breathing on,
Mm-hmm.
but you do not have a swim speed, I don't believe. So what's your total
I
speed?
do not. My speed is 30.
So I would say give me an acrobatics check. Let's wing this a little bit here.
Acrobatics.
See if you can do one of those like shallow dives where you hit the water and go
13.
13? Okay. I'll say you like just break the surface of the water. Like you manage to kind of just get up to the top and you're like right at the surface of the water.
Okay. But he's pretty close now at this point.
Yes.
Cool.
He's probably, because you're in the water, he is hold on, let me just move him here for a second so I can see.
We win!
The beast has fled.
So yeah, he's gonna be
We are
within
victorious.
probably within at least 30 feet of you.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
given his size and reach and stuff, yeah.
That's a good speed. Oh, God. I need some better spells. Okay.
Power kill rock.
Well,
I mean, he's got less than 100 hit points now.
You need paper.
I'm kind of thinking of a tidal wave at this point, but like it's gonna succeed. It's
cast paper.
honestly my better option is to do like dissonant whispers, but then he'll move. Wait, where is everybody positioned right now?
He's basically standing right in front of us.
Flick is on its back. Torque and Dinar are right at his feet.
So that might actually work because that would give you both opportunity attacks. So that's not the worst idea, actually. All right, let's go with the dissonant whispers.
Okay.
A curse upon you, sorrow for the can fast. Your days have been numbered, each hour your last. May the land see your sky turn to swallow you whole. And forever never forget what you stole.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, yep.
Oh.
Hell no! Cutting words.
Do it.
Cutting words. I said flee. Damn it. Ah!
So close.
Come on.
Sometimes the dice are just against
meets
you.
it still. Oh
Oh
no.
my word!
Missed it
Wow.
by that
dude.
much.
All right.
You're like at the surface water, like get a little bit of seawater in your
Well, it
throat.
still takes half damage.
Dude.
So it takes half of 24 psychic.
Oh man.
12.
Should have just used silvery barbs. I was like, I didn't want to chance a second roll. I'm like, wow, a D6 ought to do the job.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fine.
Is that it?
Who still doesn't have bardic inspiration?
Oh, I used mine up.
All right. Why don't we give it to Flick? There you go, Flick.
Griffin is gonna.
You've been inspired by my failure. And then I will attack it twice with my beast.
Oh, okay. All right.
Go for the eyes.
All right, 15 piercing.
Just halved.
Just flies in, pecks, pulls another feather out, and flies away.
The Griffin is gonna drop 80 feet using its dash just to get in range for its rider, who is actually kind of like half leaping off. Kamari. She can't do that anymore because she used her divine, or not divine, but her force psychic crazy. So she's got nothing. She's just gonna kind of stay out of reach. Yeah, she can detect magic. She can locate things. Yeah.
On that barrel residuum.
The Griffinware has kind of jumped off and will go full short sword. That's a 20 to hit for 7 points of damage. Halved to 3. Getting there. Every little stab. Tyrannok's turn. All right. Going to make going to reach down and beak attack against Dinar.
Oh boy.
That is a
Oh,
26
boy.
to hit. 24 points of piercing damage to Dinar.
Wow. Okay.
And then it is going to make a Talon attack against you, Dinar.
To say that Dinar drops to one knee at that attack, it would be a massive understatement.
Okay. So about
Okay.
that backup character.
I should have saved my reaction. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's
Now it doesn't kill unless the damage exceeds
Exceeds
You're-
what?
no, but
point
that's
maximum.
gonna hurt.
All right. So
You're unconscious.
I am unconscious, but it doesn't do any more than that.
Unless you go negative your max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that,
So
I was at 2. So that's what is
It would
that?
have to do like your current hit points plus your hit point maximum
Yeah.
in damage to kill you
and
outright.
massive damage.
Well, okay, but so is
Except
that
now when you're unconscious, it auto crits on you. So
Yeah. But so is it 17 plus 15?
Yeah, 32.
yeah, but you're just at 0. You're just at 0 right now.
Yeah.
No, I know, but if 17, 15, okay, all right.
Yes, if your max hit points was 30, then you'd be dead.
You'd be dead.
Yeah.
So you were at 0. Basically, he, like, bites you, sees that you're down, and just takes his foot and just like stomps you down, just just knocks you out.
So Dinar will
I
return
guess
to
you're-
normal size.
Oh, you lose concentration on that, do you?
Yeah, I do. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do.
It's a little rattling getting.
Yeah, like, oh, you're
stopped.
dead. He just
No,
killed
not
himself.
that one. There we go. There we go. That's how that works. Okay.
He just
So
kind of
am I-
stares you all down in defiance right now.
Did it step on me, or am I grappled by it? as
It
well?
didn't. It decided not to grapple because it just
Okay.
like crunched you down.
All right.
And he decides not to fly. He just kind of looks at you all, and you can see like he is weary. There's like feathers, chunks taken out of him, scorch marks. Like his head is like cracked open, and he's definitely like taking one heck of a beating. Torque, you watch as your comrade just gets like pierced through with the beak and shredded and just like stepped on and just laying there now, not moving.
Seeing his captain brought low, Torque is going to let out just a bellow of rage. As a bonus action, I'm going to switch the damage on my elemental cleaver again. As Torque winds up to hit, all the jagged ice that have formed on his anchor is going to melt, and the anchor just starts dripping with this corrosive, briny seawater.
Oh, nice.
As he's going to make.
That's my shtick.
I learned it by watching you.
I watched you do it better.
He's gonna make 2 reckless attacks against this guy.
Amazing.
First one's a 22 to hit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's going to be 17 damage, a combination of bludgeoning and acid.
Awesome.
And then for the next attack, for the follow-up swing, that's going to be a 21.
One will hit.
And that'll be an additional 18 damage.
Dang.
Way more consistent than the aura ever was.
Yeah.
And I guess as like as a movement, I'm just gonna kind of step and move myself between Dinar and the rock's talons.
Kind of like
Just kinda-
protective shell over him.
Just kind of shield him a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha. Dinar, death saving throw, please.
It's just straight roll, right?
Straight D20, yep.
That's a 19.
Okay.
Thought it was a 1.
That's one success. Flick.
All right. Booming blade. 28 will probably hit.
28 will hit.
So he can enjoy 14 plus 1, so 15 on that one. And
Nice.
then whip. 16. That
Just
just
hits.
squeaks in. Don't have to waste the bardic on that one. That's great. Another 13 points of damage.
You're just wailing at him. Just his feathers are flying off of it now.
And like with every whip, I'm sort of lashing around his neck and trying to pull the neck up, making a sweet spot for someone to swing and finish it off. So hopefully.
Gotcha. Is that everything for Flick?
Yeah, I'm quite content to be where I am. So
Talon.
All right. Now I know it wasn't super great last time, and I probably should heal Dinar. Can I see that Dinar went down?
You don't have a visual on Dinar at this point, I would say.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't even reach him without some serious stuff. Then, all right. Oh, geez.
You've got a jumbo jet and a giant turtle in front of you, between you and him. So
Yeah, that's
not to mention the rocks. So yeah.
Let's try this again. Oh, geez, I hope this works.
Are you doing dissonant again?
I'm gonna do dissonant whispers again. I curse yourself with the douse that you've shown, for this is my life and I've made it my own. All right, let's do that wisdom save. Walk your path and you'll have your own stories in time. The day I shall drink just to mine.
That's a 9.
Hey, is that enough?
Might be it. This might do it.
All right. That's going to be 18 psychic, and it has to immediately move away from me, triggering any opportunity attacks. And booming blades.
And the booming blade. Yes. For 4 more thunder damage.
Talon,
Aye, sir.
describe how the Titan dies.
Yes. Yes.
Hey!
Good things come to those who wait, Taylor.
All right. I take out the
12
squeeze
hit
box.
points left.
I take out the squeeze box and I shake all the saline water out of it. And channel all the fury and rage I have at this thing. Lace them into a few of choice lyrics that I send its way. And as it kind of moves its head around and kind of blinks, and the feathers all over its head begin to kind of ruffle and wither away, it lets out one last sort of screech as it attempts to soar into the sky, but then just falls limp and crashes back down into the waves, causing a surge of torrential water to splash out everywhere. And while the sound is a cacophonous blast of water, there is a sound louder than that, and it's the sound of Talon laughing hysterically.
Nice.
Did you see that? Oh, yes! Yeah! Suck it, bird!
Well earned, well deserved.
Now I'm the Lord of the Sky!
There's kind of a pause, a moment where this bird just like lays in the water, and this thing is like huge, right? Like it's taking up all the space here.
Get some butter!
Dinar,
Yeah.
I'll get you to make one more death save, and then intervention can potentially occur.
Don't roll. Oh, I suppose I can't die.
No.
That's another 19.
Okay.
All right. So you got 2 successes, and Torque, you are right within his range.
Yeah, Torque will end his rage as he'll just turn around, and like as he's walking towards Dinar, he just gets a little bit smaller with every step until he's back down to his regular size.
I'm assuming Flick like rides the bird as it goes down to, and then just like
totally,
hops off
sir.
like woo.
Yeah. Totally Fred Flintstoning down and just
That's awesome.
Torque is going to take a knee and just attempt a medicine check on Dinar to hopefully stabilize him.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So it was 5 for a total of 11.
11's enough. You stabilize him. He is still unconscious, but no longer dying.
Torque will just kind of scoop him up bridle carry, and as he's struggling to get up, he just feels all of his injuries, and he's like, I'm getting very tired of fighting gods. And he'll start just slowly making his way over to Flick with Dinar in tow.
As the giant corpse of the dead Sky Titan partially sunk into the waves, tangled up with the stone and the ship that's here as well. The waves are kind of crashing over it now. The Griffin kind of lands on rocks nearby as well, just kind of peering, looking in disbelief at it, kind of looking at all of you, and you can see there's this, this look of respect. Kamari as well kind of gingerly touches down, on the belly of this thing, and kind of almost like not reverently, but like with respect, kind of reaches down and puts one hand on it, and you just see her kind of like shaking her head a little bit, and the wind kind of stills. There's a moment of kind of eerie calm. And
I don't know about calm.
Torque, sounds
you feel a very, very distant kind of rumbling, like a rumble of satisfaction, of approval, coming from somehow you instinctively know from the great volcano in the Sea of Storms, where Gothos himself, the Stormfather, currently resides, holding the Kraken at bay in this underwater prison. I mean, you have this connection. You just feel that rumble of, well done, and that giant energy seems to stay with you and doesn't leave. It's kind of a part of you. You can feel it coursing through your veins now.
At least one of us is enjoying this.
There's a health to the resolution, likewise the Eliza Swan. 3 cheers of the Battler of Montrose and the Diamond Ship of Fame.
Torque is going to just kind of back up and then just still carrying Dinar and the bridal carry, just leap right over here to Flick. He's going to basically just lay Dinar down at Flick's feet and say, I just fell 80 feet out of the sky. I'm going to take 5.
80 feet? Those are rookie numbers.
He fell into a rock. You fell into water.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I'm going to take 5. Watch the captain as Torque just moves over here and just collapses.
You got it, little guy. All
We
right,
wear
Skipper.
the trousers of the white and the jackets of the blue. When we get back to town, we'll have sweethearts anew.
Mari begins kind of looking in the water around. Rough estimation of where the boat landed. You can see some barrels and a few things there, and she seems to kind of be not wanting to swim in herself, but she's just kind of looking and kind of peering and seems to be. I think I see some of what we salvaged. Perhaps the barrels are not any good anymore, but there's some things here, yes?
Yeah, well, get back to fishing now that Big Bird's taken care of.
The barrel of whiskey, unfortunately, has busted open, as has the barrel of gunpowder. The barrel of residuum seemed to be made of sturdier stuff and resistant. And although it has some cracks and some warps in it, it is still whole.
For the uninitiated, does residuum still work if it's wet?
Probably. It's more a matter of the fact that it's all still in one spot rather than all over the seafloor at this point. Easy
Well,
enough to dry it back out.
We can call this a small miracle.
Well, yeah, but a small mint, more like it. Between this and the platinum back there, we are set for life.
Like, you also see the one chest that you had initially pulled to the boat, but had not yet opened. That is also still sealed as well.
Beautiful.
And there's a little bit of a crack in it, and so it's easy enough to open it. to cap off your findings in your salvage, within you find a scroll of gust of wind, a scroll of protection from poison, a potion of heroism, 2 potions of water breathing, a rather sturdy looking cloak that almost seems sturdier, heavier than it should be. Almost like it's fabric, but it feels like metal at the same time. And there's definitely magical energy to this. We'll assume that with the identify that takes place on it, it is indeed a cloak of protection. And an additional 600 gold pieces. With all of these goods salvaged, sadly, no whiskey. But with everything else in your possession,
Honestly, Talon's too happy to care right now.
I mean, I think we can afford another barrel.
It will be bright both day and night when radiant lads come home. Our ship full up with oily lads and money to our name.
potentials of a literal titan to harvest. And in the distance, the continuing echoing booms of cannon fire.
Oh.
Signaling that something's going on with the Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Right. I guess we were a little distracted there.
That is where we will leave off. Well done, gentlemen.
Make the cradles for to rock and the blankets for to tear, and every lass in town will sing, hush-a-bye, my dear.
Tune in next time to find out if any of our friends are alive.
Yeah, we might be living here now.
I guess we will see. But we'll let the fact that you killed not just a rock, but one of the legendary titans. We'll let that sink in as your characters contemplate that.
I guess that has implications, yeah.
And we will pick up there next time. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Hope that you enjoyed the epic battle. I did. Turn this guy back to happy because
rock and roll, rock
somebody
and
died.
roll, rock and roll away.
And we will catch you next week for our last campaign session of until we take a bit of a break from the campaign. As we mentioned, for July, we'll be doing some other things, but the campaign story will go on a bit of a hiatus. So tune in next week. You don't want to miss a little bit of a sort of a mini wrap up. You know, like shows do like a fall break,
season finale,
mid-season finale.
Mm-hmm.
We'll kind of do a mid-season wrap up.
I mean, even Netflix is doing those two-parters now.
I know. Anyways, so as annoying as it is, that's what we'll be doing just for scheduling. But thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this and hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you next time. So, bye, everyone.
See you around.